Hello there. Good morning to you. Welcome to Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. I am Nanatufo Boateng. We have a number of issues to discuss, to unpack this morning, and so please do stay with us. Grab your cup of tea, your cup of coffee, your cocoa, your whatever it is that you have for breakfast. All right, and stay tuned because we have so much insights and information for you this morning. The newspapers are here. We'll be getting into it. Our guest will be joining us. We'll be having conversations around some of the topical issues. We'll be coming into your communities to bring out or throw the spotlight on some of the development issues in there. All right, it could be some work, some progress, or some challenge. We'll highlight it on the show for you. So stay with us all the way from now up until 11 a.m. right here on Channel One Television. Breakfast Daily is interactive. We invite you to join the show. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and your contributions. Our WhatsApp number is on your screens. You can send in a text. We'll do our best to read them. Share your concerns with us. What's happening in your community? Who is doing well in your community? Is there a challenge in the community? Share it with us, and we'll do our best to highlight it, spotlight same, and get our duty bearers to respond or to act. Once again, you're welcome. But you can follow us on social media. It's Channel One TV. We're streaming live on Facebook as well as YouTube. You're welcome to drop a comment there. We're very engaging, very interactive on X as well as on Instagram. We have some exclusive video content from Channel One TV for you as well on TikTok. All you have to do is to follow, to subscribe, to like, and to share. Quite easy. Follow, subscribe, like, and share. It's that simple. Alrighty, we're just about a few days into the month of March, which we call our Heritage Month. We dedicate the entire month to our heritage. So our way of life, our culture, our traditions, how we eat, what kind of music we have, how we dance as a people, what do we wear as a people. The entire month of March is dedicated to highlighting some of these things, and so we call it the Heritage Month. But preceding the month itself, we'll have a special launch tomorrow. That's February 25, right here at Channel One TV on our gardens. We'll have a special launch where culture will come to play. Words will not just be spoken, but history will be reenacted. Memories will be made. All right, so join us here at Channel One TV on our gardens from 5 p.m. on Wednesday, the 25th of February 2026. It's at 5:30 p.m. 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday, the 25th of February 2026, Channel One TV Gardens. But it's an invitation-only event. Invitation-only event. So in-persons will come with an invitation, but the rest of us can watch on television. We'll be streaming live as well. The launch promises to be exciting as we tell our story through our music, through our dressing, through our acting, just name it. Culture will be on display, and so you just don't want to miss it. It's the launch of the Heritage Month 2026. Now, the month itself is full of activities. These activities will be both on air as well as outdoor events. So we'll be rolling out our on-air series where you get to learn about our people, some of our names, our cultural and historical sites, our tourist sites, the way of life of different sectors or different areas of the country. We get to learn about significant places and institutions, organizations, buildings. We'll be rolling a lot of that on air, so both on 97.3 City FM as well as Channel One Television. So just stay tuned and you get to enjoy a lot of this. You see, the entire month of March does a lot more teaching that you could actually find out there. So you just want to stay with us. So you learn some of these things. Know thyself. Know about yourself. Know about your country. Know where you're from. All right? So that when you go and you speak from a rich and informed point of view. All right? So the entire month will have a number of on-air series rolling out from the 1st to the 31st of March on TV as well as on 97.3 City FM. But we'll be having the outdoor events as well, and we're starting it off with the Heritage Caravan. The Heritage Caravan will be traveling 14 out of 16 regions of Ghana, bringing you sights, sounds, scenic views, tourist sites, history, and of course experiencing the beautiful people across the length and breadth of Ghana. So you might just want to be part of the caravan. Registrations are done. We set off on Sunday the 1st of March to the 8th of March, 8 days round Ghana. And of course the culinary experience from across the country, the history that will be shared, the networking and the bonding even on the bus while the caravan is on the move is absolutely amazing. And so we will be bringing you videos, pictures, and of course sounds, both on radio and on television. But you see, all this is made possible kind courtesy our sponsors. So this morning we want to say thank you to our sponsors, Hollard Insurance for partnering the caravan. I want to say thank you to Hollard Insurance for being part of the Heritage Caravan. We have Omni Basic Bank. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank, also a sponsor. Grateful to Omni Basic Bank. Goil Good Energy. Thank you so much to Goil for fueling the caravan. Minimi Achumo is here for the first time as a partner, as a sponsor. We're grateful to Minimi Achumo for the sponsorship. Then there's ADMI Granite Paste. ADMI Granite Paste also sponsoring for the first time. Thank you so much to ADMI Granite Paste. Gino from GB Foods. Thank you so much. We're grateful to you. Didi Shito also from GB Foods. I want to say thank you to GB Foods for sponsoring with Gino and Didi Shito homemade taste. There's Piva Beverages that will be refreshing the caravan with their drinks and water from Accra to the north, down to the west and back. You have Piva Beverages along with us, and we're grateful to you. Nanesh Rice is also making a debut. Thank you so much to Nanesh Rice. We enjoy the local rice. We eat what we grow, and we grow what we eat. So thank you to Nanesh Rice. Caveman Watches, our official timekeeper for this year, the 10th anniversary, the 10th edition of the Heritage Caravan. I want to say thank you to Caveman Watches. Thank you so much for being part of the Heritage Caravan. The Ghana Tourism Authority. I want to say thank you to the Ghana Tourism Authority, GTA, for always being part of the Heritage Caravan. We're grateful to the Ghana Tourism Authority, GTA. So our sponsors, Hollard Insurance, Omni Basic Bank, Piva Beverages, Gino, Didi Shito, Goil, Minimi Achumo, ADMI Granite Paste, Piva Beverages, Nanesh Rice, and the Ghana Tourism Authority. Thank you so much for being part of the Heritage Caravan 2026. Now, also in the month of March, you see, there's something called gastro-tourism, where you eat your way through the country, literally. So you get to taste food from the south, food from the middle belt, food from the north. And it's absolutely fantastic when you have all these array of food assembled at one place at your disposal. All right. So it's food from the coast of the south, so from the beaches along the south to the greens of the middle belt, and then of course the windy Sahara of the north. And it's absolutely fantastic. So much to eat, so much to taste, so much to savor, and it's amazing if you show up. I'm talking about the Back to Your Village Food Festival. Back to Your Village Food Festival. It will be happening at the Ifua Sutherland Children's Park. It's on the 28th and the 29th of March. So 2 days. We want you to have an amazing experience. So you can decide on day one to go to the southern village or the northern village, and then you rotate, all right? So you can make your way from the north to the south, or you can begin from the middle, go up north and descend back to the south. You choose. But we're giving you 2 days to enjoy Ghanaian food, indigenous Ghanaian food, local Ghanaian food, made in Ghana food. All right. And it promises to be absolutely amazing. So all indigenous food vendors are invited to register. All indigenous food vendors are invited to register. Call 0205 973 973. 0205 973 973. If you are an indigenous food vendor and you want to have access to that market or customers, consumers for those 2 days, we're giving you that platform. All you have to do is to call 0205 973 973. But please make sure that it is indigenous Ghanaian food. No foreign materials. You understand? Come, let's do it local. You see, that thing will cook everything local, but we can consume it global. You understand? So come join us at the Fuad Sutherland Children's Park on the 28th and the 29th of March. It's a 2-day event, the Back to Your Village Food Festival, and we entreat all of you to come join us. For our vendors, our local and indigenous vendors, call us 0205 973 973 and be part of the Back to Your Village Food Festival. That's how we'll crown the Heritage Month. So you want to be part of it. And you see, it's not just food, all right? There'll be some entertainment on the side as well. You know how we do it every other year. So come join us and let's live Ghana. Let's experience Ghana. While we're living and experiencing Ghana, we need to contribute to the local economy. We need to contribute to build this country. But still eating, still with food. And this time around, I'm talking about the Eat Ghana, Build Ghana initiative. The Eat Ghana, Build Ghana initiative. So when you come to the Back to Your Village Food Festival, all the rice you'll be consuming there will be local rice, will be Ghana rice. Okay? And that's why we need all of us to go back, because now most people have acquired a taste for foreign food. But let's go back home. And let's go back and let's eat our local food. So yeah, eat fresh, eat Ghana, build the future. Eat fresh, eat Ghana, build the future. It's fresh from our farms to your plate. Eat Ghana, eat fresh, build the future. Fresh from our farms to your plate. So join us as we push this Eat Ghana, Build Ghana initiative, Eat Ghana, Build Ghana campaign, and let your meal make a difference. Choose Ghana first. Let your meal make a difference. Choose Ghana first. So you can taste the effort. Taste Ghana. Don't just talk patriotism. Taste patriotism. Eat patriotism. And you can display or exhibit your patriotism by patronizing made in Ghana rice. Local rice. So Eat Ghana, Build Ghana. And it's an initiative brought to you by 97.3 City FM and Channel 1 Television in partnership with Agri Impact Limited, the MasterCard Foundation, and the 24-Hour Economy and Accelerated Export Development. All right. So I want to say thank you to Agri Impact Limited. Thank you to the MasterCard Foundation. Thank you to the 24-Hour Economy and Accelerated Export Development Secretariat. We're grateful to these organizations for helping us champion this all-important initiative. Because the thing is, once you consume locally, every cedi you spend on local rice is your contribution to the local economy. It's your contribution to help sustain and strengthen the city. It's your contribution to ensuring that there is a sustainable livelihood for a local farmer. It's your contribution to making sure that a local farmer is able to keep their child in school. So let's contribute our widow's mite by eating made in Ghana rice. So all we are asking is for you to eat Ghana and build Ghana. Okay? We're not asking that you go and draw policies and no conumti things. Just eat Ghana. And by eating Ghana, you are building Ghana. So let's once again say thank you to Agri Impact Limited. Thank you to the MasterCard Foundation. Thank you to the 24-Hour Economy and Accelerated Export Development Secretariat. We're grateful to you for helping us push the Eat Ghana, Build Ghana campaign. Now, you've got to go onto the Google Play Store. I'm not sure why you've not gone there yet. Go to the Google Play Store and download the Channel One News Online app. You see, it gives you easy access to the news regularly on the go, wherever it is you are, provided you have some internet. All right. So go onto the Google Play Store, download the Channel One News Online app, install same on your device, and voila. There you go. You have the news in your palm, literally. Okay. It's easy. The interface is simple, user-friendly, no struggles, easy to navigate. You shouldn't have any challenges at all. So go and download the Channel One News Online app from the Google Play Store and join us in the news. Okay? You literally have us in your palm. You can just scroll all the updates, you get the details, click on the stories of interest. And now there are so many more tabs on the site, so you can get a wide array of stories from Channel One News Online. So download the app from the Google Play Store and let's do the news together. All right, now let me take you to the newspapers. The Daily Guide is where I'm starting from. Farmers head to court over cocoa price cuts. Farmers head to court over cocoa price cuts. That's the front page of the Daily Guide. Top left-hand corner says that U.S. court denies Ofori-Atta bail. U.S. court denies Ofori-Atta bail. Car snatching syndicate busted. 1 killed, 4 caged. Car snatching syndicate busted. 1 killed, 4 caged. 3 arrested with 156 bales of weed. Oh, Lord have mercy. A country called Ghana. 3 arrested with 156 bales of we. We is in inverted commas. And then you have government renames KIA as Accra International Airport. So yesterday there was an official government communication that the Kotoka International Airport has been renamed, or its name has been reversed to the Accra International Airport. We'll get some more reactions to this and find out what it means for us. But that's the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. Let's go to the Daily Graphic. Daily Graphic also has the airport renaming story. It says Kotoka International Airport reverts to Accra International Airport. Kotoka International Airport reverts to Accra International Airport. Government should enable economy, not control it. That's according to the minority leader, Osahene Alexander Kwamena Afenyo Markin. Government should enable economy, not control it. That's the minority leader speaking. Economy posts fastest turnaround. Economy posts fastest turnaround. 40 Ghanaian languages face extinction. Hey, 40. Wow. 40 Ghanaian languages face extinction. Teacher licensure exam not cancelled. That's according to the NTC. Teacher licensure exam not cancelled. That's according to the NTC. It says the teacher licensure exam is not cancelled. Okay, so that's the front page of the Daily Graphic. On the back page, however, you have government to roll out specialist nursing programs to tackle skills gap. Government to roll out specialist nursing programs to tackle skills gap. And then you have ministers visit injured tomato merchants at hospital, assure them of support. Ministers visit injured tomato merchants at hospital, assure them of support. So you'd have the Trade, Agribusiness and Industry Minister, Transport Minister, and a few others visiting the injured from that unfortunate attack in Burkina Faso. So that's the Daily Graphic newspaper for today. Let's go to the Ghanaian Times. Ghanaian Times says, Ofankor and Sawam Road project progressing steadily. Contractor to complete work on schedule. That's according to the resident engineer. Ofankor and Sawam Road project progressing steadily. Contractor to complete work on schedule. That is according to the resident engineer. On the matter of illegal mining, Asantehene urges government to adopt measures to preserve water bodies. Asantehene urges government to adopt measures to preserve water bodies. GES, that's the Ghana Education Service, suspends inter-school sports in Central Region as police probes incident. GES suspends inter-school sports in Central Region as police probes incident. And then you have 4 arrested in deadly Ohim Tigo Junction robbery. 4 arrested in deadly Ohim Tigo Junction robbery. That's the front page. Let's jump to the back page real quick. Vice President donates to Cape Coast Central Mosque. Vice President donates to Cape Coast Central Mosque. Ministry to prosecute fishermen using illegal nets. Ministry to prosecute fishermen using illegal nets. So that's the Ghanaian Times. Daybreak is here. Daybreak says Customs Commissioner sacked over tango with Minister. Customs Commissioner sacked over tango with Minister. Kofi Adams orders revocation of 17 NSA appointments. So Kofi D. Adams is the Minister for Sports and Recreation, and he's ordered revocation of 17 NSA appointments. That's the National Sports Authority. Okay. Afenyo Markin questions government support for Gold Board. Afenyo Markin questions government support for Gold Board. Telegram deletes Russian sexy videos. That's in quote. Telegram deletes Russian sexy video, in quote. All right, some business news from the Economy Times. Dr. Siama Asiedu Nketia, others mourn late Economy Times editor Elom Desewu. Yeah, may he keep resting in perfect peace. Falling global prices set off new alarm bells for Ghana's cocoa pricing regime. Energy Commission Board set to revolutionize Ghana's EV landscape with new regulations. So that's the front page of the Economy Times newspaper. Economy Times newspaper. All right, we'll go online now. Channel1newsonline.com. Tuesday, 24th February 2026. 159 MMDA's development plans are yet to be certified by NDPC. That's according to the Director General. Mike Fraser says Ghana remains key to Goldfields' portfolio. EPA to launch pilot cleanup of Birim River. Kolebu interdicts 2 doctors, 2 nurses over hit and run case. Mahama names Aaron Kano at acting customs commissioner. Mahama names Aaron Kano as acting customs commissioner. Obrechire student assault. Culprits will face severe sanctions. That's according to the Deputy Minister for Education, Dr. Clement Apak. Kotoka International Airport renamed Accra International Airport. Police arrest 3 over Obrechire student attack. Cocoa Deputy CEO welcomes probe, denies conflict of interest. Police impounds 2 trucks of suspected Indian hemp, 3 arrested. So you get details of these stories and more on channel1newsonline.com. Let's go to citynewsroom.com. 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 Let's check out some stories from citynewsroom.com. Cement manufacturers warn of price hike over clinker delays at port. Cement manufacturers warn of price hike over clinker delays at port. IMF lifts Africa growth forecast. Ghana's others set for expansion. Tomato prices soar in Accra after Burkina Faso attack. Tomato prices soar in Accra after Burkina Faso attack. Victim of no bed syndrome could have been saved, according to a cardiac anesthesiologist. Wow, anesthesiologist, cardiac anesthesiologist says victim of no bed syndrome could have been saved. 127 of 318 ambulances grounded. That's according to the National Ambulance Service. Energy Ministry says no return to Dumso, power supply remains stable. And then you have the Kolebu story. 2 doctors, 2 nurses interdicted over hit and run case. And then smuggling and counterfeiting are economic sabotage. That's according to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the President of Ghana. So you have details of these stories and several others. Just go to citynewsroom.com or visit channel1newsonline.com for the details. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. Stay with us. We return with a news review segment.
Go Ghana! This March, we don't just remember where we are from, we celebrate who we are. Our stories, our culture, our rhythm, our pride. And it all begins with an evening designed to set the tone for an unforgettable Heritage Month. Join us as we officially launch the Heritage Month 2026 in grand style, color, and culture. Date is Wednesday, 25th February 2026. The venue is the Channel 1 TV Gardens. The time is 5:30 p.m. prompt. It will be an evening of culture, conversation, music, fashion, and storytelling as we unveil the exciting lineup of events and programs specially curated for you this March. From powerful cultural experiences to engaging community moments to celebrations that connect generations. The Heritage Month 2026 promises something for everyone. This is more than a lunch. It's a gathering of cultural lovers, a meeting of tradition and modern expression, a night that sets the heartbeat for the month ahead. The Heritage Month Launch 2026. We will see you there. This event is strictly by invitation.
Full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and quest for accountability, host Umaru Sanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome.
I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong.
Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has 3 legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
Bestie, meet my lovely family.
I mean, we can do that whilst I'm seated and eating. Let me put on the food before we eat.
He will be here for days, and I only find out at a family dinner on the day that he arrives.
Morning, family.
Everything in my kitchen is actually gone.
You know, in the UK, I work like a donkey, but here, I eat like a monkey.
My noodles just vanished like a spirit had branch.
He finished my slightly bent oil rice.
Half a crate of eggs cannot just poof, disappear.
Good morning, all.
Lesa, have you by any chance gone to the kitchen?
Madam, I left the kitchen walk to do my sleep. You are there in the kitchen.
If I die, won't you serve food at my funeral?
Daddy! Oh! Heaven save us! Now what's
Bestie.
Away! Dad, I'm sure he's gone.
Good morning!
I thought you were gone.
The Blanksing family is here. The vibe is too much.
Top Picks on DSTV. A fresh face alongside a host of new personal and professional troubles await the crew at Firehouse 51.
The city needs a leader like you.
The Skinwalker team return to investigate even more unexplained paranormal phenomena around the U.S.
They can see these portals.
And a doctor and a mystic join forces to help the vulnerable.
I am completely prepared to follow your orders today.
Stay connected to the unmissable on your home of entertainment, DSTV.
Grateful for your time. Thank you so much for always keeping faith with us. This is Channel One TV. You're watching Breakfast Daily, and it's time for the news review segment where we get to discuss some topical issues. We bring varying perspective to them, and we ask you to join us with your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. Send us a message via WhatsApp. The number is on your screens. Let us know what you think about the various submissions that our guests will be making, what your own thoughts are, your opinions on the matters that we'll be discussing. Join us on Facebook and on YouTube where we're streaming live. Tweet at us on X, Channel One TV. Go follow, go like our post on Instagram, and enjoy some exclusive video content from Channel One TV on TikTok as well. Once again, you're welcome. Let me say good morning to the gentlemen in studio, and then we'll get straight into the conversations. Richard Jemfi is here. He's a member of the New Patriotic Party's communications team. Richard, good to see you.
Good morning, Anna.
Welcome. How
have you been?
Very well.
And how was your weekend?
Oh, it was quiet. It was quiet. I had rest, so it was good.
That's good. That's good.
Council is here. Lamteg Apanga. He's a acting deputy commissioner for the Gaming Commission. Council, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, my brother. Good morning.
Stay, no, I need to start wearing some. Because you see where it wears automatically gives you some power.
Really? I don't have any power yet.
I need to find some. But gentlemen, you are welcome. It's Tuesday morning. We're going to go into a number of conversations. Quite a disturbing one, troubling one. It looks as though there's a breakdown of discipline in our schools, especially at the senior high level. From students fighting on campus, from attacking teachers. Now we are seeing inter-school violence, so much chaos within our educational setup. And you are wondering, how did we get here? What can be done about it? There are those who argue for a return of corporal punishment to the schools. There are those who say that we can use the laws to crack the whip on some of these things. Let me start from Richard and pick your thoughts about this growing insecurity, growing level of indiscipline in our senior high schools. The recent one is the Obrache senior high school issue. We understand three of the students have actually been arrested.
Thank you very much, Nanatufo, and obviously to my good friend, Councillor Lamteg. Of course, you know, this has become a routine.
Yeah.
That I need to greet the chosen one, the man destined to take the realms of power after His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and that is nobody than a man with extreme intellect.
The man you say he's almost like John Mahama.
A man, I never said that. A man who really, truly understands the plight of the current generation. A man blessed with outstanding humility and appreciation of the current industrialized revolution. This is the freshly baked presidential candidate for New Patriotic Party.
After almost a month, he's still fresh.
Yes, it's still fresh.
It's actually a returning.
Can you imagine? Recycled.
You see, in the world of sustainable motion, where we are all pushing for sustainability, it is very key and important to always try to recycle things that you've used in the past. So it's very good that we are bringing.
We've been told not to do the same things and expect different results.
That is a different scenario.
If you put an old one in
NDC recycled and recycled and recycled, and it has given them a good result. That is why my brother is looking fly this morning. Interestingly, he is in blue, and I'm in green. So, the irony, yes, the irony in all this. Yeah. So let me say a very big good morning to His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the incoming First Lady Hajia Samira Bawumia. Yesterday was my daddy's birthday.
Oh wow!
So wherever you are, Mr. Pastor Charles Chumesi. For those who do not know that, may your sofuba kesiepa. Daddy, wherever you are, belated happy birthday to you, and you hear from me.
Wishing blessings.
Thank you. Nana, I think we should be bold enough in this country to call a spade a spade. The current spring of indiscipline creeping into especially the senior high school. I mean, it is about time we nip this in the bud. It's one way too many. I just Googled, put students misbehavior or misconduct on Google search, and the results, the hits
keeps popping up.
It's just so you really don't know where to start. Are you going to blame Ghana Education Service? Are you going to blame the students? Are you going to single out the teacher-student relation? Or could it be that our culture and our way of bringing up these young people in our homes, with time and with too much exposure to Western cultures, is it having some negative impact on our social life? Because as we were talking, superzonals competition, if you single out that particular competitions and other sports competitions that Ghana Education Service do and other private organize, I think the main cross is that we need to pick talent, and these talents that we pick at young age can be nurtured, and its benefits normally is not only towards the individual, but the country as a whole do benefit from these talents. Because back in the days, I remember we used to hear about Kura. He was a good sprinter. He was picked from senior high school. I remember when I went to Kumasi High, there was this player called Ninja who was playing for Ghana under 17, and then consequently became a huge hero for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He was picked from high school. I can go on and on. I remember Kumasi High played Okes in Kumasi Sports Stadium. Osechuche. And that was where Sule Muntari, Stephen Odro, all these young talents were picked. And look at where Sule Muntari rose in football to be, I think, the second Ghanaian to have won a Champions League. So there are others saying that these sports festivities or championships or challenges should be stopped, because we send students to school to just be on academic stuff. But I think that when in generality there are a lot of talents that you can pick aside academic work, and so for those who are saying we should clamp down on these sporting competitions, I disagree with them. I think that what we are losing sight of is the punishment meted out to people who can be only classified as recalcitrant students.
True.
So if we punish them, it will serve as a deterrent to other students who want to get into such insubordination behavior. I think that GES should do more. That one I agree. Because with respect to the is it Abrachiri one, there's been a release from the Ghana Education Service saying that they are not even sure that these guys are students. And I find it quite worrying because there's a video evidence where people are in uniform, and you cannot be emphatic on your statement to say that they are students or old students, because there's another situation in Kufuridia where during the superzonals they actually gang raped a lady student from Osino Senior High. And when the police got involved, we realized that 2 of the students were actually I think Kufuridia Senior Technical School.
Sectech.
And one of them, the ringleader, was actually an old student who was not even in the school. So you should have to think that, is it like a cult, an occult thing that is springing up in the school? Because for you to go through a senior high school and after you graduated from the school, still have impact and directing young people to do these heinous.
That should not be so strange. Sorry to mention, that's not so strange, because even, one, there are people who live in the community who attend the school, and they still have attachment to their school. Whenever their school is embarking on any sports activity or any activity that requires support, they go in to support their school. We even have old students today who still go to watch their schools.
Yes, like
science and math quiz and other things. And sometimes, old habits don't change. The fact that you have left the school doesn't mean that you are not a restaurant. So those habits may follow them into some of these things. So it's not very out of place for the GES to say they may not be. But whether they are students or not, it's immaterial.
Yes, you committed a crime.
That's it.
And so the punishment, I think that the punishment should be stricter. It should be embarrassing. It should be done in the public space so that everybody will witness and know for that if you get yourself into these activities, you would be punished. One other aspect is that, as we were discussing before we went on live stream, teacher-student relation have always been #1 critic, especially when you go on social media. You see a teacher with a phone with the students dancing, following dancing trends. I mean, where did we get here? When did we get here? A teacher will put camera on the student, ask the student the question, the student will get the question wrong, and it will be trending on social media. A teacher will put a camera on him or herself and ask outrageous questions to students. Some of them, you could see they are really tender age, around 10 or below. Ask them silly questions, and then it will become a trend on social media. So when we are praising these dubious acts, what do we expect in the end? What is the outcome of these? So, as we were saying, when we were younger, we respected our teachers. We
actually feared them.
Yes, but the fear is not good. You do not have to fear your teacher. So we need to try and balance it. But you should know that this particular teacher or my teachers are disciplinarians. So that when you cross the line, they wouldn't hesitate to put you right. They are there to guide the future of this generation. So if your teacher, you have to, guard a pupil, but rather you put that authority aside to come and do folly things on social media for clicks, then you are actually destroying the future of this country. So Nana, my point is that GES must be up and doing. Enough of the numerous releases that comes out. We should see and witness stricter punishment to teachers.
How strict? Okay, for teachers, well, because I'm looking at the students, how strict can the punishment be? Because if it's established that they are students, most likely they will be below 18. And this is a crime. We understand 3 have been arrested.
You see, it is true and it's factual that it's likely that in a free senior high school you'll be under 18. But you really have to look at the magnitude of the crime. I mean, gang raping a girl from other school. So it means that you planned, you traced the girl, and did what you did. And so I think that there comes a times where we have to, I'm not a lawyer, I might be wrong, but there are some heinous crimes that if you commit, irrespective of your age, I think the law should be brutal with you. Because if we don't do that, and people are getting 3 months probation sentences, fines where people in the locality will come and pay, how is that deterrent? How is that going to stop Kweku to go and join a group to gang rape Ama? Because if I know that I'm below 18, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have a life sentence. 3 months, I'll be back and doing the same thing. How is that? And again, I think that if we punish teachers who are doing this, I'm really on the TikTok one because it really annoys me. Because as a parent, I do not envisage to see my ward on social media being ridiculed, on social media doing stuff that are meant for adults. If I see that, I get angry. And I think that GES is a double-edged sword. Whilst we are advising and advocating and punishing students, I think we should do likewise to teachers. Let that teacher-student relationship be purely based on professional
the relationship should be a professional relationship. That's teaching and learning. That's what it is.
Yes,
academic activities.
And also, we have to be stricter on the punishment. You see, most often, our culture also breeds such indiscipline in our schools. Students who, because I recall back in high school, we went to one interco, and we were supposed to be on campus at a certain time. Many decided to do whatever they had to do, so they did a quick roll call, and for those who were not on campus then were to be punished. But you see students go to the towns, you see an elderly person, or you see your headmaster's church elder and go and plead with the person, and because of our culture, you go and say, oh, these cases are my case, and then we will put
there were people you could actually go and rent as parents
to
come and represent.
To come
and represent your parents in the school.
Maybe it was an observer.
I was very observant.
No, as for this obligation, it can't be such an experienced student. Because I recall some of my friends actually did that.
Not you, but your friends.
No, my friends.
Okay.
But unfortunately, what the woman that they brought was one of the teachers,
relative.
But back to this, I think that number one, GES should be really stricter with these punishments. They should instill professional relationship between teacher and student. And I think that parents, we have to, a part to play in all this to make sure that we know what our wards are up to all the time. You'll be surprised that at these super zonals, you see young kids smoking, drinking alcohol. These bars, a student in senior high school, on the average, they are below age to drink. But then you see them selling alcohol too. So it is a cascading responsibilities that we all have to take as a nation.
Very well. I like where you ended from, because that's what I was going to go to counsel on. Have we all failed as a community? And I'm referring to Ghana as a community, because I remember when we were growing up, everyone else's mother is your mother. People can actually come to your home and correct you. And your parents will actually applaud them for it. Now, we don't see so much of that. And then, like he mentioned, when we're going for some of these events, we know that on this day, it is students who on the average are below 18. Why are the bars around the stadium still open? Some of these things can influence them. And then, of course, the on-campus training, the teacher-student relation as well. So if you can delve into this point.
Thank you very much, Nana. Before I go into this, permit me just a second to express some warm anniversary celebrations to my Rotary team. I'm a Rotarian, and yesterday marked 121 years of Rotary International. And it's 121 years of doing good and serving our communities. So it's important that I give a shout out to my people in Rotary, particularly our district governor, Nana Yasribo. Now, back to the issue. I first of all want to express some sympathies, and my heart goes out to the student, the victim of this violent behavior, and particularly to the family. That, I mean, one of the painful things in life is to see your child in that particular state. Exactly. I mean, this is your child that you may not even beat in this particular manner. And you see his colleagues, his peers, who are supposed to protect him, defend him against other people, now be the ones to turn against him and then behave in this manner. It appears as a country we have not properly managed our moral upbringings very well. I mean, we saw what happened to Major Mahama.
Yeah.
And the way the whole country condemned it and everyone spoke about it. Yeah. It sometimes surprised me that in less than 5 years, you are finding similar behavior in pockets of behavior in certain parts of our community, and it's worrying. It's worrying and brings the issue of what you just asked, whether are we failing? See, 3 major institutions for me are the moral institutions. 1, family. 2, our churches, then our schools. Yeah. I mean, by the time your child gets to secondary school, you, the parent, would have contributed about 15 years of raising that child.
True.
So you can't entirely blame the secondary school for not having done enough. You, the parents, you hold the responsibility to also bring your child in a particular manner.
True.
Our churches becomes the platform for instilling love, care, respect for each other. What has happened to us? See, we can tell for sure that there has been several churches springing out in almost every corner of this country. Why is not translating in the way we conduct ourselves? From the way we handle issues of corruption, our life in public sector, our conduct in public and all that. Today, there is more and more increase in immorality than it was.
Well, we're not preaching morality anymore. We're doing prosperity gospel.
Exactly. So it appears that the institutions, the moral institutions, are shifting away from their core.
Add Muslims to it, because they too have.
Oh no, I say religious institutions. So I didn't limit it to just the church. Of course, very well. You're right. So the Islamic institutions also equally have, and of course we've seen deteriorating the effect in the Zongos and some Muslim communities. So it's across board.
Across board.
Yeah. So we've had that issue, and I think that as an issue we need to sit back and ask ourselves, what are we doing wrong? And I would even go further to say that as families, we as parents, we are also failing the next generation. If our fathers, our mothers were able to raise us to this level and become who we are, and we can't raise our children to become better, then my generation and the generation just after me are failing the next generation. And we need to sit back and then do a good job. I mean, yes, we would hold institutions like GES, Ghana Police responsible for, because they enforce the policies, they enforce the punishment and all that. But as parents, we also have a responsibility. Where is the love? I mean, think about it carefully, that inter-schools programs are not just organized for harnessing, discovering new talents, but also building relationships. I remember very well that to date, I still have friends in Accra Academy. I still have friends in Accra High, Achimota School, that we met only at the stadium. Casually exchange pleasantries, and then from time where we become friends and we meet in other circles. That is the essence of the inter-school. It is to build friendship. It's to build that peaceful coexistence. Understand beyond the sport, beyond everything, understand that we are together. And you can't, no matter how the rivalry should be on the field. Let your school's ability to win a sports event, to win a match, to run the race, jump higher, show. And I mean, you in the past we used to have Jama songs that would just use that to perhaps excite ourselves and maybe go against other schools.
Good old days.
Understand? We don't get to the extent of exchanging blows and beating each other. Well, there were a few pockets of that, but not to the extent of what we are seeing. And we really need to set up. I mean, we have seen in the past where some student had the guts of sitting before a camera, insulting adults, and we did not see punishment going down very well. And some of these things have set bad examples for some of them to repeat them. If we enforce it, and I'll say this for sure, see, these students should be treated as offenders, as persons who have committed an offense, and not as ordinary students who are involved in school clashes. No. When the police, and I like what the CID boss said.
Some of your colleagues, lawyers, will argue against.
No, they should be entitled to legal representation. And the lawyer of course, you're a lawyer.
You're a lawyer.
You have to do your job professionally. Your job as a defense lawyer is to find how you can defend your client. That is your job. Otherwise, then what's your training? You must do your job. But the person who sits and preside over the matter, which is the judge, has the final say. I mean, we saw what happened in Koforidua. I mean, 3 students went on the same thing. Eventually, they were handed some fines. And then someone in the community volunteered to pay the fines on their behalf. Thinking that he is saving the situation, he has rather unfortunately caused harm to these persons. Because you see, he will be seen as a hero, a savior of the children. But in effect, he has let loose some dangerous students, dangerous young men onto the streets. If we had included in their punishment some community work, they are seen sweeping the market centers for the next 3 months, and they're seen, they will be a bad example for anybody wanting to be like them. But unfortunately, you will find behind the scenes people praising them as, hey, these guys are hard guys, this guy be hard guy. This is wrong. We should condemn it. We should condemn it in all uncertain terms and expect that GS will be as swift as possible. The police, fortunately, have been able to arrest 3 of the people. Sometimes I get to worry a bit when people are filming these things, but without the filming, we may not have seen
evidence
it.
But
I'm asking, what happened to the friends who were looking on? I saw one gentleman trying to intervene, them, and then he also got some few beatings here and there. And I think I applaud what he did. If a few other students have gotten involved, maybe he would have prevented it. But I'm calling on parents, I'm calling on church institutions, religious institutions, GES, educational institutions. Let's enforce the rules. See, we would do ourselves a great job if we ensure that the next generation to take over from us are well trained, are well brought up. We'll leave this country in safe hands. But if we continue this way, where we make interventions, and all those things, and we let go, we are slowly building to the lives of people the habits that would affect all of us. Why must we think that violence is a way to solve a problem? And some of these things are because we as parents ourselves are bad examples. You see someone suspected to have stolen, and then the next moment everybody is beating the person. You see a little thing happening, and then violence is the next option. Slowly we are teaching the students and the young ones that this is the example that they need to follow. I think it is wrong. We need to condemn it, and we expect that these students will be punished, and nobody should make an intervention for them. They should be properly punished, and the punishment should not be. And people shouldn't think that if you are below 18, you cannot go through the criminal process. We have the juvenile act, and it allows it. The only thing is that it helps to protect the young ones against regular sentencing. When you are going to put them in a cell, you have to put them in the youth correctional centers, and then the processes for criminal processes such that it is done held in camera, so that they are not exposed, the identities are not exposed and all that. But in cases of this nature, the students should not be treated differently. They should be treated like any other person who has committed an offense, except that the juvenile act will apply, and let them face the full rigors of the law. Let them go through the process and maybe bad examples onto others. Because of them, the entire sports activity in the central region has been cancelled.
That is where I disagree.
Has been cancelled.
You see, it is not the fault of the athletes that these unfortunate incidents happened. And therefore, if you are punishing those who are seriously and disciplined and exploiting their God-given talent, exploring their God-given talent, why should that person be punished for the bad decision taken by other students?
I don't know what assessments the GS may have done, but perhaps they've weighed the situation and are concerned about security going forward.
So if that's the case, can they organize the event in a closed door manner so that the real athletes
maybe
compete?
Ban students from coming to cheer.
Yes.
But keep the athletes on the tracks.
It may not also be the best option to just ban students from coming to cheer their fellow students. I think that we should, this gives us an opportunity to implement certain measures. Why don't you have security systems to ensure that when students are having this thing, there are committees, even among the students themselves, there are leaders that you bring out, you sit with them and set out committees. I mean, you mentioned the issue of drinking bars in certain places open. Why don't we have people patrol those areas and shut down those bars? If you find students drinking or
owner should be punished.
Owner should be arrested. Students involved should be arrested.
I agree.
That is how other bars will close down during the period and will not serve alcohol to any person who is below 18.
True.
But if we allow it and we take it as it's okay, and then we just use a blanket punishment and say we are suspending. I mean, there may be some inside information that perhaps has guided GS into doing this, but this could be a temporary measure to allow them to be able to put in measures. But we expect that, learning from what has happened in other places, let's now begin to put in measures to prevent than to wait for this thing to happen, and then we are now coming up with some post-event activities. Let's see how we can come up with committees. We know that these things will be held. We know the calendar, the school calendar. So Ghana Police Service, GS, the schools come together, form a committee, get some students to go out there. You'll be amazed to know that some schools have cadets.
Indeed,
who can be used as part of the same security to ensure that, listen, we don't do this. And let's see how we can still love. Let's just love each other. I mean, he's your colleague from another school. He's not your enemy. You have rivalry, which is healthy rivalry. There's nothing wrong with having healthy rivalry. I mean, Hasso Folk and Kotoko have had this rivalry for ages. And it is healthy. It promotes competition. But it does not mean go after each other. You can come out with songs that seem to excite each other and sing it to encourage your teams. But don't go against each other. Let's preach those things out there. And let the teachers themselves be an example. I agree with my brother when he says that teachers are now becoming sometimes bad example for our students. It's also because we have allowed standards to drop. I mean, in the past, when a person say he went to training college, he is so prim and proper. The way he writes, the way he dresses, the way he speaks in public will tell you. It's because they practically treat the training college students as though they are secondary school. How they cut their hair, how they, when they wake up, when they go, they are regimental treatments and eventually come out better. But unfortunately, we have relaxed certain rules. We have, and it is showing, clearly manifesting that these things are affecting how we do our job. Teachers must also sit up. You may want to excite your students by maybe dancing with them or doing those things to encourage them, motivate them, but know your limits.
Yes, exactly.
You understand? Just know the limits that sometimes you are losing that respect. Sometimes you are losing that control, that authority that you have been given to exert on the students. I mean, we don't expect students to fear their teachers, but they must fear authority. They must know that there's punishment for your actions. And for fear for punishment, people will sit up and not do things that they are doing now. I'm very disappointed in what the student did to their fellow colleague, who they're supposed to protect. I think it's condemnable.
On the punishment bit, we've taken out corporal punishment.
That's another sad part. But you see, corporal punishment is good and bad. I mean, we are product of corporal punishment. At our time, the teacher doesn't have an excuse to lash you. They will lash you.
They'll lash you.
And you don't want to be lashed at assembly. You don't want to be lashed in presence of your peers. So you sit up. You understand? But we have come up with all these human rights issues, but we've forgotten to know that our settings are a bit different from the European settings. And so we just adopt some of these things and put them into our environment, and it turns out to be negative. I don't have anything wrong with corporal punishment. The only problem we've had is that some teachers also tend to abuse it.
So you should be measured in the application.
So it should be measured so that at least we don't have abuse. You don't want to send your child to school and comes back with physical bruises all over the place, and then you are left with scars that forever and ever will be traumatized. You can't even heal. So we must strike a balance. But I think we should have a clear policy on discipline in our secondary schools. Very clear policy, and expect teachers, headmasters, and all persons involved in the training of our youth to implement them.
Now, there's one advocacy that I want to talk about, that in all these, there are victims. And I want to believe that there are provisions for these victims to be looked after in terms of
psychosocial support.
Yes, it is very important, especially the young ladies that has been subjected to these inhumane activities. Also, it will be unfair for a student to be like lynched attacked by a mob, and all of a sudden you realize that the punishment given to these guys are just, you know, such that
paltry fines.
Paltry fines, and somebody will just come up and pay. And then you see them, because you are still in the school environment. You see that these are the people who attacked you. It leaves an indelible mark on you for life. And therefore, I am advocating that the authorities should look into these victims, you know, give them the support that they need to be bigger and better persons in future. Because other than that, it's going to carry on and carry on and carry on. And also, I think that we should be role models. We should instill in our innate being that we are living to role models for the younger ones. We were talking about scaffolds. Everything must not end in violence. And even for us politicians, we have failed in a way, because there are times that you watch the biggest legislature and you see our honorables, honorables, you know, in face caps. So when people who are meant to be leaders, they are essentially automatically role models. When you see them involved in punching each other, subconsciously you think that perhaps that is the only way out to prove a point. And we are saying that every misunderstanding shouldn't end in violence, and we should all be role models for each other.
There's this pedestrian argument I've heard relating the rising in discipline in schools to the increase in number of students now.
That could be, but I don't think that should be a good reason to say we have failed. I mean, we know of the numbers. You see, for me, nothing is a surprise to us. By the time these series exams are written and the results are out, we know the number of students who will be BEC, we know the number of students who are going to go to schools. When the school headmasters receive their admissions and know the total number of students they've admitted, they know the numbers in the school. So if they need extra hands when they have event like this, they can call for help. I think it is poor planning and improper anticipation of events. If we had properly anticipated that, listen, some of these things, and we know that in some schools they generally have rivalry. They may be coming from two communities that have been having an outstanding rivalry from ages. This rivalry sometimes not born out of any mischief or ill motive, but it's born out of fair competition in the past, where this school won, the next time this school won, and it is very healthy, it's very welcoming. The problem we have failed as administrators, as leaders, is that we have not been able to anticipate such events and put in measures. I mean, did you see any school security or police or anybody in the videos? No. It was students left on their own, to sort themselves out. And unfortunately, it led to this. So if we had planned well, the number of students will continue to increase. Our population is growing. New schools are being opened. First graduates are writing BEC every year, every now and then. So we know, let's sit back and plan well. When we have major events like Art of Focus playing Kotoko, you see meetings of organizers with police putting in security measures. We learn from May 9th, we learn from other things. Why have we failed to learn from some of these things and plan properly? Do we even sit back to review the previous interzonal and what was some of the things that we need to do to improve it? Apart from the event itself, the surrounding activities, what do we need to improve it? How do we do it better? Do you understand? The sad part, or perhaps the funny part, is that I have seen some videos of some schools preparing for sports, and it's amazing how people jump and people and it tells you what is going on in our schools. But listen, let's be serious. I think that our administrators need to set up, and let's see that some of these things will not come up again. Let's have this behind us.
Very well. Let me take a few quick messages here. This one says, hooliganism among second cycle students is an ongoing issue that requires attention. Youthful exuberance is natural, but it's crucial we implement measures to curb such behavior. Tougher punishment for students involved in these incidents is a step in the right direction, especially in light of recent events. Let's focus on creating a safer environment for all students. Aminu from Insawam sent that one in. Good morning, Nana. The indiscipline in our schools is becoming worrying day in, day out. The so-called human and child rights activists should be partially blamed for such behaviors. It's time policymakers, educationists, church leaders, families, parents, and all stakeholders go back to our roots, to our societal and cultural values as a measure to shape the lives of our current generation. That's Kwejumafo Kwewu Jamase sending that one in. Good morning, Channel 1. When a student has been made when a student has been made to be responsible from home or has been trained well from home, I don't think he or she will put up such a character which is a challenge to the nation. I also think since parents are not paying anything as fees for commitments to the development of their wards, they don't put their children in check, and this is really something that should be looked at once again. A student who is coming from a well-trained home will not put up such a character that will put the name of the parents into this kind of irresponsible behavior. Free SHS is bringing a lot of irresponsible students that parents wouldn't love to even spend a CD on due to their character, but due to free SHS, we find them in our schools. Teachers are really doing it. So you see, I told you there was a pedestrian argument around.
If the person is educated and is still misbehaving, can you imagine if the person was not educated? Would have been worse.
Let's move away from this. We have had even indiscipline issues when we're paying.
Exactly.
And so it cannot be born out of. We know that the numbers.
Charity begins at home.
Your child just went to school for a year and you have raised that child for the last 15 years from class 1 all the way to JSS, and you want to blame someone for his behavior in the last 3 months. Come on, as a parent.
Right. Okay, a few more. Good morning to you all. Children or students who commit such offenses should be dismissed and banned from any educational institution in the country for 5 years. Hey. School sports cannot be cancelled because of a few bad parented children. Okay. Bismarck from Ho sent that one in. Good morning, Channel 1. A child spends roughly 15 years at home, absorbing attitudes, language, respect levels, conflict resolution patterns, and values. Then spends 3 years in senior high school, and suddenly the school is expected to perform a character miracle. When did parenting become a handover note? Samson from Brekum sent that one in. Okay, thank you. Keep your messages coming in.
I just quickly checked because we were talking about this, whether is it the student population and stuff like that. I think we should take this serious in terms of how we can control our population. You know, currently we've piped down on family planning and stuff like that. I just quickly checked the population of England 1980 was 46.8 million. At the time, Ghana was 11.9 million. Now to 2024, England has only added 11 million people to their population. So now they are 58.62. Ghana, we've added a whopping 22 million.
I applaud us.
But you see, yes, it's good, but the disadvantage is that when your people are increasing with scarcity of resources, it becomes a problem. Because I believe that in education faculties, there is a ratio, teacher to student ratio. And if these things are not met, and even if you come to health, the nurse to patient ratio is 1 to 4. But there are.
So you want us to control population
I think it's important that we have that discussion. It's a
population
broader
growth, population
control. For me, on the contrary, I disagree.
I think that if you let me land, you get what I'm trying to say. If the resources available to the country is not meeting the demand of the populace, then what's the point? And a lot of people, especially these teenage pregnancies, are happening because, number one, we understand the indiscipline is there because they are doing what they are not supposed to do. But perhaps if they were educated to know that you could do this, although it is wrong, I'm not suggesting that they should go and do it, but then it becomes a burden on the country as well. I think that is something that we should think about.
On the contrary, now, I don't think that we need to necessarily control.
You are not actually controlling, but you are giving people the advantage or the education.
You made a comparison with England and the rate of population. In fact,
22 million as a small country like Ghana.
Europe is struggling with their population growth generally because they over the time they have not been able to increase the number of population.
So there's pros and
they
cons,
have a challenge. Now, population in itself sometimes an advantage. For production, for your economy and everything, an advantage because you see.
No, it is lack of advantage.
Hold on. Nigeria's population is an advantage for it in attracting investment because listen, if you sell to 1% of Nigerian population, that's almost like the entire Ghana or about half of Ghana's population. True, that is huge. And so you have an advantage. The thing we have done, which we have done very well, is that we have brought in family planning measures that will help spacing among children. Families should raise children that they can take care of.
I think we should do more on that.
And as a country, in fact, over the time, our resources have not been scarce, rather they have increased. We have had more increase in resources. We have more money now than we had 50 years ago. We've had more schools now than we had 50 years ago.
But it's still not meeting. Let me still meeting the demand.
The demand.
There's a deficit.
There is a huge deficit. And if you want to plan for future, that is what you have to do. Educate your people because people are having unwanted pregnancies every now and then. And so if you educate them to have proper structure, this is the time I have this is the time I want to have a kid, you'll be able to support that child.
I agree with you.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me just wrap up on this one. So I'm saying that for population, we always need to manage population growth and not to discourage the growth of families. See, Africa and the third world, one of the advantages we have is that we have a youthful population, which is good for us. It promises us a future. Good. What we have failed to do is properly manage our resources well to go around for everyone. We have more and more schools now than we had before. We have more hospitals than we had before.
I think,
but it's okay to hold that.
I really
understand. But I think that as far as population growth is concerned, it's an advantage to us. We just need to manage things well. Of course, there will be some few excesses like teenage pregnancy, indiscipline among the youth and the rest. And we will put in measures to have to control them. But we should not discourage population growth.
I think as sub-Saharan Africa, one of our most difficult tasks to meet as policy people is because we have such a huge young population. And it is so important for us to discuss and also scary to a point that if you go to our sub-regions where there are a lot of coup d'etat, I think I said it on another station, if you check the median age of Mali, Burkina and Niger is 15. And so all these young people who are supposed to be in work, but there is scarcity of resource to employ all these people. So when idle hands is
the devil will find work for that.
Find work for you.
Let the leaders of those nations be creative enough to create opportunities for their youth. You see, every challenge that presents itself is an opportunity for you to create, go out of yourself, innovative, create opportunities for your young people. Cut down on your importation. Encourage local consumption. Encourage local production.
You can do
20 years ago, China was making phones. China was making phones that when even aeroplanes pass, you could affect the way your phone behave. But today they have perfected the situation.
Exactly.
Today they are bringing us vehicles, EV vehicles that we are using them today. It tells you that if we encourage local consumption, we encourage local creativity, we'll do better. Why are we over and over churning out more liberal students, liberal graduates than University of Ghana produces more liberals as students than Accra Polytechnic, than perhaps Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Even Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology now is undertaking social programs, law, sociology, psychology, and the rest. When indeed what we need most are people with skills. You find somebody who has done masonry or some other skill work telling you that I want to join the bank, I want to join the fire service, I want to join prison service. When indeed you've acquired skills. Employable skills. So for me, the more population growth we have, the more youthful population we have, calls for creativity. It calls for us to go out there and find ways to make things better. Maybe we can solve the problems of unemployment through creativity and not think about
and also managing the growth. I think it's very important. That we manage.
Let's move into the issue of revenue leakages. And quite recently, we heard of an intervention by the GRA, the Finance Ministry, Customs, and all. Goods that are labeled transit goods, but are apparently goods that have been diverted, duties not paid, and revenues being stolen. We understand that a ban has been placed on some selected goods that move through our land borders. Where do you stand on this? Because we have countries around us that use or rely on our ports, and now we are banning the movement of some selected goods through our land borders. Could we have done our own internal, or could we have been effective enough to arrest these things even before they are moved as transit goods from the ports? Or do we place this ban to discourage people from venturing into it? Will this affect our trading at all? Council, if you can start.
All right, thank you very much. I think that I would applaud the interventions by the Ministry of Finance and then the gentlemen at GRA and the Customs who helped in uncovering this illegal operation that would have caused huge loss to the nation. I mean, it is good that they've done this and they are making the public know about it. But I would expect that with what has happened, it is not one-off incident.
Not at all.
It clearly tells us that there's a syndicate.
True.
It is an operation that is being carried out with certain persons who have a hand in it at high places. And this is a good opportunity to investigate properly, find those parts and clear them. I mean, I remember very well a few years ago, President Atta Mills had to storm the harbour and met with GRA officials, custom officials, and he was appalled at the state of illegality and theft that was being perpetuated by some persons within the customs environment. And thinking that from that, we have put in measures to ensure that these things don't repeat themselves again. I mean, we have even brought in measures like the interventions of technology and other third parties to ensure that we block those leakages. But still, we have these things going on. It clearly tells us that our fight against corruption, theft, we are not perhaps winning. We need to sit back and look at it carefully. And this one offers a good opportunity. I expect that when the investigations are complete and we find the persons involved in this, let the punishment go out there. And let's see how we can continuously bring in measures to prevent these leakages. Because what happens is that the leakage is affecting all of us.
All of us. Yeah.
The state is not getting enough resources that will go around for all of us. And this is just beyond one particular administration. If we do this continuously, it would roll over into future administrations and it will continue to benefit all of us. How is it possible that somebody can smuggle about 18 trucks that originally are meant to be for transit, end up depositing those goods into the country and selling them? And that's why sometimes I begin to wonder, why is this store doing so better than this other shop?
Indeed.
Why is it so able to sell the prices so low? If they are all sourcing from the same manufacturer, from the same place, then there's something wrong. It is not possible that everybody is selling maybe at 90 cedis and you are selling at 85, and you are still in comfortable business and everything is going on. That is where we need to start investigating this.
I mean, the system has come from a long way. I mean, even before GCNet, there was this other system they were using. Now we're using the icons and all that. I remember those days we have to go for FCVRs, Final Classification and Valuation Reports. And what they will do is that if the product is from America, you know the price is higher than a product from China. So you change the country of origin.
Yes.
So that if it's a light bulb that is 2 cents per unit, you are changing it to China, you are paying 0.01 per unit, and that's how they shortchange the system. So you get that you use that for your FCVR before you come for entry, and there's always somebody in there who is manipulating the system.
So we need to have a thorough investigation, and where it matters, we just have to pull out all the guys there and bring in fresh brains and keep an eye on them. Because you see, you'll be surprised that when people get recruited into the customs and they say, "Oh, me, I like a juicy place as a harbor." What's juicy about working at the harbor? You're supposed to be earning your salary.
You don't want long rooms. Somebody wants share 12 because that place they will do examination.
Can you imagine? Why does a person want to work in that particular place?
Someone wants Golden Jubilee Terminal.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that
Can you imagine?
Same boss.
And he said it is juicy. What makes it? Are you not supposed to be on your salary? What is making it so juicy for you?
Yeah.
So it appears the canker is just widespread, and it's across. It is good that we have this on our hand, and I'm happy that at least the president have taken a very swift action. I've seen the appointment of a new customs boss, which is giving us some hope. I'm hoping that
Kano.
Yes,
Aaron Kano.
Yeah, I'm hoping that his administration, his leadership, will bring in some discipline, will correct all the things. If it does, it will help all of us as a country. And then it shouldn't just be one day. It's something that we should see it progressively happening. And systems are always the best. When you have systems, even without personality, the systems will work. If we can introduce systems that will cut down some of these things, cut down a lot of the human interventions, where you don't have the opportunity, the discretion to use A or B. It is what it is. And then we'll go on. Things will get better.
Very well, very well. Richard, hold on for me. I see you are making a lot of notes, but let me take a quick break. When we come back, perhaps it's a lecture. So please stay with us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. We'll be right back.
Ready to revolutionize the future of agriculture? The Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, in partnership with the Ghana Exim Bank, proudly presents the Ghana Agrotech Fair 2026. The fair will feature exhibitions, market linkages, masterclasses, and workshops on climate-smart farming, digital tools, and export development. Join us at the Black Star Square from March 17 to March 19 at 9 a.m. each day. The President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will be assisted by the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, the Honorable Elizabeth Ofuswejari, and the Chief Executive of the Ghana Exim Bank, Honorable Sylvester Adina Mensah, to open the fair. Government agencies, agrotech firms, startups, farmers, financial institutions, and the general public are all welcome. To exhibit or for inquiries, call 0559 679326 or 0242-585419. Ghana Agrotech Fair 2026, transforming agribusiness through local innovation and technology.
Why step out when you can shop at the comfort of your home? Franco Online has you covered. No stress, no queues. At Franco Online, you can shop all your original electronics and home appliances, from TVs, washing machine, refrigerators, air conditioners, to phones, accessories, laptops, and many more. It's free delivery within Accra and Kumasi. For your safety, Franco do not sell from random social media messages. Just call the numbers on your screen or visit the website at www.francotrading.com. You can also download the Franco Trading app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Franco Online, it's fast and reliable.
Oh, another payment through Stanbic. Smooth as always.
Imagine making or collecting all payments without leaving your chair. Sounds like magic, right? Nah, it's Stanbic Pay.
Darling, can you please help with the bills, especially at your school fees?
From school fees to utilities, the government and statutory payments to investments, insurance payments, Hajj payments, and more.
Mommy, my fees has been paid.
Just log on to Stanbic Pay and you're set for life.
Please tell me everything has been paid.
No Stanbic account, no queues, no stress, no last-minute panic. Cherish your time and live happier in safety and convenience. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call to get started.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. We're having the news review segment. Lamtega Panga is here. Richard Jemfe is here. I'm going to Richard now on the matter of revenue leakages, especially at our ports, and how we can nib this canker in the bud. We know that for now, some transit goods, especially cooking oil, has been banned at some land ports. An institution like FABAG, the Food and Beverages Association Ghana, is asking that this ban be extended to all land ports across the country. Where do you stand on this? Because the leakages are amazing. 18 trucks. This is about 85 million Ghana cedis. I'm seeing about 6-unit classroom blocks in there. If we're able to retrieve that money.
I agree in totality with FABAG. And I think it is quite disheartening to hear this kind of news. I'm just imagining that if we had not caught this particular transaction, and I'm just wondering per day, on daily basis, how many of such transactions go underwater that eludes a whole nation these huge sums of money per day. And then you have to do the calculations and then see what we are actually losing on each day. You see, politicians, we have always been on the chopping board for counter-blaming each other for corruptions, neglecting the main fulcrum and those who are pivotal in causing this huge theft in this country.
The executors.
Yes, but it serves us right. You see, back in 2024, such leakages, such loophole that people exploit. We didn't say it was the civil servants or the public servants who were masterminding this wickedness to this country and bleeding this country. What we did was that we attacked each other. In fact, we lammed it on the government of the day that they are corrupt. But if we want to discuss this holistically, I agree that there are some certain canker and culture, especially in the customs services, that need a critical look. It's a good start that the president has changed the head of the customs. But sometimes just pruning won't cure the sickness. You have to go deep down to the root cause.
And uproot the entire
exactly. and there is opportunity, and there is an opportunity for you to also replant. So I agree to FABAG. Maybe for other people may think that is a knee-jerk reaction, but I think it's important. For once, again, I think all the two topics, I am agreeing with my brother at the opposite side, because this is a nationalistic, it's a nationalistic conversation that we should not condone any form of corruption whatsoever. What I will quickly divert is that we shouldn't always make it seem political. I am saying this because I recall presentations by the then leader of the minority and now Minister for Finance, saying, based on every auditor report that projects or predicted loopholes and leakages at the custom office, were lammed on the Kufuor. But now I saw the video and I was just reminiscing and laughing.
A while ago, he said he would do politics. I mean, if you introduce this topic, I could also do that, but I have avoided that. But you agree that's nationalistic in nature.
But I've discussed the national bit.
So now you're
I am saying that.
You are garnishing it with politics.
Yes, I am saying that we should be mindful. You see, the things that we say today might come back tomorrow to hang us. You know, we faced similar leakages and corruption during the Kufuor's time. But at the time, we didn't single out customs officers. We didn't single out the unscrupulous and the recalcitrant officers deeply doing these corrupt activities. What we did was that to brand a Kufuor Bawumia government as corrupt and called us wicked and useless. So I'm saying that after
we should deal with the institutions and not
the politicians. If we can come together and see that the root cause of these leakages are not by the stroke of pen by the politicians, but the real people in the engine room doing these things.
But someone is in charge of them.
Exactly.
Someone is in charge of them. Someone is in charge of the nation. Someone is in charge. So see, for me,
you see that the tag for Council, but
is it because I mentioned Atuforcing, that's why you are
no. I'm being fair to you.
For me, the tag you are if like fighting will come based on the action taken after the expose.
Yes.
If nothing is done about it, then in my head you condone it.
So I am saying that how many of such deals, how many of such transactions has went on for the past 14 months?
Unnoticed. This has been noticed. And we've seen the action that has followed.
Yes. And now they are shaping the narrative, and now you are helping them, shaping the narrative to make it appear that it is not a political issue, but it is rather we should target the unscrupulous people at the customs. And I agree with you in totality. What I'm saying is that back in the day, if the hat was on someone else's head, we would have lump everything on that particular government and say that they are useless, they are wicked, they are corrupt.
What action would
today?
Let me tell you something.
Today,
where there are acts of corruption connected to politicians, let's hold them responsible.
True.
Where acts of corruption against technocrats and other state institutions,
hold them.
And then where leaders fail to act, let's hold them. Let's not go back.
That's it.
Let's leave it to the
future. Today we shouldn't go back. So yes, I'm not going back. I am saying that although I believe there is a knee-jerk reaction, I think that I think so. I think so. From
interim measures that have been put in. You say,
but you see, we need to actually deal with the issue. You mentioned the root causes, and it's important that you see until you identify same. No, I'm coming back to you actually because you see there could be systemic control weaknesses, and then possible human interventions.
And I'm saying that we've known this over the years. That is why you branded a certain government who was overseeing this as useless,
overseeing and not acting,
not acting. That is what you made us to believe. So I am surprised. The action that the president has taken, I am in full support. That you've changed the head to obviously expect some reforms within the sector. I think that he should take a step further to ensure that some of these leaders in the customs are transferred, or if possible, as the GRA is doing, investigate fully and make the report or the recommendations or the results public so that we will know and learn from it. But I am still saying that irrespective of these good measures that we are talking about, trying to be nationalistic with it, we are saying that because there is a particular people in governance. Yesterday, we lumped it on somebody. And today we should be nationalistic and patriotic about it.
So you want us to lump it on somebody today?
Okay, absolutely. So who supervises all these customs activities?
Let me ask.
Is the finance minister.
And
I'm saying that when the auditor report came and we realized that there were a lot of leakages and loopholes from the custom office, we didn't lump it on one particular person or the public servant. We said the Kufuor government is useless and corrupt. So following that trajectory, I think that you had all the answers when you were in opposition.
Was it bad then?
Sorry?
Was it bad then that we tagged the
I think that question should be asked.
No, I'm asking you that question. Was it bad then?
No, don't answer for me.
You said that you asked me.
It's not your turn yet.
But you said
what I'm saying is that based on that same trajectory, that we realized that there were some leakages and we tried to digitalize a lot of things to eradicate the man face-to-face transactions, to make it digital. We did all that. Yes, it saved a lot in terms of leakages. But irrespective of all those that we saved under the Akufo-Addo government, there was clearly indicated that there were some people who were doing backroom stuff, and the report showed that there were still growing and bleeding leakages at the customs. At the time, we didn't see, or we didn't hail, or we didn't praise that government for the interventions that they've put in place. We rather branded the whole government as corrupt and useless. And if we are following same trajectory, because you sat at the back, you saw a lot, you had all the plans, and 14 months down the line, the country is still bleeding from the same processes and incidents, then I'm saying that if you are using that same trajectory, then I think that this government is failing.
You see, Jamefi, I had carefully avoided introducing politics in this, so that
I've done very much so.
So we don't pollute the topic.
Right.
But if you take us back, then I'll take you back to just one clear case of the LaBianca fiasco.
What about the containers that flew away? You
have persons like LaBianca, who was also sitting on the Council of State, alleged to be involved in some illegal activities at the ports, and avoiding paying the right amount of money to the state as duties and import levies. And when it came up, you had the whole government system defending it and then making it look like it doesn't really matter. Do you understand? That is why sometimes the blame is placed at the doorstep of the leader at the time.
Yeah, but how many of such transactions have gone on?
See, you see, how many of such transactions have gone on? I'll just give you one example.
Yes.
And I have avoided that discussion because I don't want to look into the past.
Right.
We've been given the mandate by the people of Ghana to manage this country. If we continue looking into the past and trying to justify certain conduct from what has happened in the past, then we are not moving forward. I applauded the administration and said that, listen, I pray that these interventions and investigations will yield to systems that would ensure systematic removal of some of these leakages and block the opportunity for others to milk the country.
Do you accept?
I avoided mentioning Nana Akufo-Addo and his administration, and I avoided saying they were A or they were B, but you have said here that Nana Akufo-Addo and his administration were called corrupt, useless, and incompetent.
By your people.
And I have moved away from that. But if you want to remind us, I will also give you a series of information, things that buttress that allegations and why it was so.
And then in this country, justify my position.
Where in this country, when Ronaldo was almost clearing everybody who was alleged to be involved in corrupt deals, and he attained the famous name of the
clearing agent.
Clearing agent.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
No.
The number one clearing agent at the moment is John Dramani Mahama.
Who has he cleared? Who hasn't he cleared? Jeffy, take your time.
Wait,
Jeffy,
Dr. Opuni.
What was cleared? Cleared by John Mahama.
Was he cleared by John Mahama?
Was he cleared by John Mahama?
Was cleared by who?
I was Attorney General who filed a nolle prosequi in court.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, but did the Akufo-Addo file nolle prosequi?
The case had traveled how long?
No, did the Akufo-Addo
it took you 8 years to handle.
You were a lawyer saying it. So the agenda 60-40 is akin to clearing agent. And when you are talking about clearing agent, matters that was in court in processes, a president advised Attorney General to clear it. You are calling the Akufo-Addo clearing agent.
Now advising the Attorney
General. Of course.
I haven't heard this before, but that is fine.
Let me
he made a point. He made a point.
Do you think wait, just one.
I will wait.
Do you think
hold on for me. Let's have one
decision of nolle prosequi in this country? Come on.
Oh, we've seen.
Do you think the Attorney General, in his own wisdom, will take this unilateral decision?
Point to me.
He's clearing all those people without the consent of the president. Don't ever say that.
Richard, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't have to say the clearing agents superseding these corrupt activities is John Dramani Mahama.
Thank you.
Richard,
thank you.
It is not the number of times you repeat or raise your voice and no matter that would make a superior argument.
No, you made a statement about disappointed in that Nana said that the clearing agent tax is
there was a third hand on it, just as you have mentioned.
Billions of CDs stolen by these NDC.
Okay, so you don't accept the clearing agent tax, but you used the corrupt and useless. Do you accept that? Do you accept that?
I sit here.
I didn't expect that from you. No, you are supposed to. Very well. Richard, if he had said I don't have any problem. For it to come from you, that is why I have my issue.
No, it is not me describing him.
I said that this is a tag that was placed on Nana Akufo-Addo. I said unfortunate tag was placed on Nana Akufo-Addo, and indeed the tag was confirmed by the act of Nana Akufo-Addo in the past.
And I'm saying
but I have been avoided. See you.
That tag is currently
Nana Akufo-Addo's
disciples.
Very well. Thank you, Richard.
Nana Akufo-Addo's disciples sit on TV. I talk about the current situation. Avoid mentioning Nana Akufo-Addo and the MPP at all. And you introduced Nana Akufo-Addo in this discussions, and you expect that when I now remind you of the tag he inherited and left away with it.
No, the president has inherited it beautifully.
Oh, so you agree that it was a tag, but he has inherited it.
As for the tag, you and
Richard, you see what you are doing to yourself.
No.
Richard, you see what you are doing to yourself.
Richard, read yourself out of this. Read yourself out of this. You won't help you.
As for the supposed tag,
it won't help you,
which was helped nicely by Nana Akufo. You helped him because he couldn't get the name and you reminded him.
Really?
So that's fine.
So I'm asking
but
I'm asking you use two words to describe him.
I am saying
useless and corrupt. Are these your tags?
No, I'm saying that I was just drawing our minds to the fact that today we are being told to be patriotic and nationalistic about this.
Nobody is talking about patriotism here. We have said that. I have said that the Minister of Finance and his team are began well. I expect that the investigations will go to the bottom of this and introduce systems that will ensure that these things don't reoccur. Yeah. I avoided talking about the past. One thing I have come to accept is that when you are given the mandate, you have the country has some confidence in you.
Exactly.
That is why they chose you over the other people. And it's because Nana and his team failed badly. That is why NDC was given the opportunity to now lead the country. And so when we have the opportunity to do things, we'll do it better and not to go and find reasons why others failed and so we may not be able to do it. No, I will not justify Nana Akufo-Addo's failure to be any reason or basis for us not to be able to perform better. And I avoided Nana. But if you introduce him and reminded us that he was called useless, incompetent, and corrupt. And I reminded you again that the man left office with a tag as the clearing agent. And you are telling me today that we have inherited it. We will not inherit it. You will see the change. Let's go on.
Let's move on. Yesterday, an official communication from the government announced that they say renaming, but I feel we've just reverted. Or reversed. We've gone back to Accra International Airport. But a number of things are expected to happen till the final rollout. But I mean, from Kotoka to Accra International, Richard.
I think with this current dispensation, the kind of hardships that this insensitive NDC government have subjected Ghanaians to, I would have thought that they would have prioritized more meaningful things than to champion name changing. We live in a country where we've promised poor cocoa farmers, over 1 million of them. In 2023 alone, they contributed over 10% to our GDP. To woo them, to get their support, we went heaven and earth promising things. We stood on plenary sessions at the Parliament House to promise them that the minimum a cocoa farmer will get will be 6,000. A current Minister of Agriculture then sat on Onia TV and said that the minimum a cocoa farmer will be paid is 6,000. President John Dramani Mahama just last year hinted that if you are not in cocoa business, then you are truly wasting your time, because the announcement that they are going to be making for cocoa prices per bag was going to be so lucrative that if you are not in cocoa business, what will you be doing? And so people had high hopes and high expectations that this government was going to be truthful to the people. Unfortunately, when they came, they've increased tariffs in terms of electricity by 28%, in terms of water by over 15.8%. And the poor cocoa farmer's only livelihood and expectation was that at least
so you are making this a cocoa conversation.
They were going to that they were going to be getting more than what as tagged then criminally managed economy was giving the cocoa farmers 3,000.
We like tags.
So by the time Atufosin Honorable came out, there was a high expectation that they were going to get at least 6,000. Unfortunately, we are being told that today they are struggling.
Richard, I'm
wait.
I'm coming.
Wait.
Or the Accra International Airport.
Richard is being a clever student. We are about photosynthesis. Plant. A bird stands on a plant. That is a bird. So he's now zooming to the discussions of bird.
I am saying that at the moment in this country, one topical issue that is affecting every other person in this country is that we have neglected our cocoa farmers, the backbone of this country. And I think that we should put our priorities right. And one of the priorities is that governments should find means to at least support the cocoa farmers and shouldn't divert our attention and energy into this unnecessary name changing.
So you think it's just diversion?
At the time majority leader announced that there would be a name change, cocoa wasn't even an issue.
Please.
The price wasn't an issue. So
I don't think this is your time.
Very well, Council.
So I am saying that at the time where students are struggling, hostel fees have increased astronomically. At the time, spare parts in Abusokai, the spare parts people are struggling when they used to pay 4% tax on spare parts. Your government has added 16% to it. Now they are paying 20% VAT on that. So there's a lot going on that needs discussion. And I think that if we are measuring the minus, this is one example. Because if you are going to change Kotoka International Airport, to Accra International Airport, the cost involved alone, if you do a quick glance search, is ranging between $3.5 million to $5 million. This is even, I checked, I think the International Civil Aviation something, they are not going to change that tag that we have.
Because we already have ACC in the system.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you just threw those figures into to mislead the public.
No, I am saying that even with that in mind, that is the average we are going to spend. Because number one, you are going to change a lot of signages, signposts on roads leading to the airport. Also, the branding from stationery to what have you in the offices needs to be changed. And I think that we find ourselves in a precarious situation where the majority of people are not inclined to this. If you change Kotoka to Accra International Airport, what have you done to the ordinary man on the street? Is this the reason why they voted for NDC? A young man who joined the queue in that sun voted for NDC because you promised him 24-hour economy with the hope that
the bill has been signed into law.
Oh, do not let's go there.
So you know that
do not let's go there.
Let me hear.
Let me land. I am saying that young people,
the safest place to land.
Not on a cocoa farm.
Not a cocoa farm. Go hurt yourself.
Oh, Charlie. Today what you are doing is too good. I wish Larry was here.
Please, Larry.
Now I wish Larry was here. I am saying that I think this insensitive John Dramani Mahama's government is playing with the minds of
tagging them
with Ghanaian people.
When we tag you, don't cry.
We need to prioritize major issues like your 133 shift, including public sector and private sector. Like the young lady who is looking to get into petty trading with the hope that we are going to open Women's Development Bank. These are the issues that you need to address.
Thank you, Richard.
Changing Kotoka to Accra International Airport will not add a dime to your salary.
Your time is up.
Thank you very much.
The way you people are heckling me today.
No, not heckling you. You see, you avoid the topic and you introduce subjects that would put you in, and there are subjects that I'll definitely respond to when you bring them in. So expect a response when
no
it
problem.
But,
no problem.
But nonetheless, I'll allow you to set the tone for me. I'll focus on what I need to say and then say what we need to discuss and move on. I think that today, as a matter of fact, marked exactly 60 years when the unfortunate overthrow of Kwame Nkrumah took place. And as Ghanaian and every Pan-Africanist or every African in the world will find today as indeed a day of shame. 60 years of taking us back and taking us away from the progress that we were making as a country and as a continent. I mean, if we look at where Ghana stood 60 years ago and where it is today, we can tell for sure that we have lost a lot. But nonetheless, as a country, we need to move on.
Do you realize half of it has been controlled by PNDC and NDC? If we've gone back in 30 years.
Very well. Let me stay focused.
Okay.
So, again...
I'm just reminding you.
Again, it is an opportunity for us to reflect back and see what have we done wrong, what have we done right. I mean, the name change from, in fact, not even a name change, as you have said, a reversal to the original name of the airport. For me, it's a welcoming idea. It's a welcoming step. It is part of the rebranding process. It is part of telling the story of the country and what it is, without those negative narratives. I mean, anyone who asks about who Kotoka, why is the airport named after him, you're going to say that he is the first coup maker in Ghana. He's the person who unlawfully removed a constitutionally elected president from his seat, took away a Pan-Africanist, a person who has been celebrated across the globe as the African of the century. It's a negative narrative that is very difficult to say, and you find that to be on the monument that invite you or welcome you into the country, the gateway into the country. I think it is wrong, but I'm happy that at least we find the boldness to do this.
So you are changing the name because the person involved, Kotoka, was a coup monger. Is that what you are saying?
I don't answer to Richard anymore. I don't answer to Richard anymore. It's not the honorable
Castle land. So we are on the runway at Kotoka.
Yes. Oh, I was still the runway. I won't go to any cocoa farm. So for me, it is good. I mean, there's been some narrative put out there trying to describe Nkrumah in very negative light. I say for sure, I'm not an Nkrumahist. I'm a student of political science. I have read and heard about Nkrumah. There are things that some of us think he did wrong. But in all, the net of the things he did outweighs the negatives. I mean, there's some unfortunate misleading narrative put out there that Nkrumah in the 1964 Constitution changed Ghana's flag to the CPP flag. It is wrong. I am saying it here and now.
If we do that, we'll go into a history class.
But see, if you allow the cocoa farmer, the cocoa farmer's nephew to take us into cocoa advocacy, and then when it is my turn, you are telling me that it's our time for me to wrap up.
Unfortunately, our time is up.
I welcome this. I think it's a good move.
Right.
I mean, it is not a rebranding; it's a name change. It will not cost as much as the gentleman is putting.
No, it's costing you 3.5.
It is not true. It is not.
We'll do the investigation and we'll come back. Thank you so much, Lamte Gapanga. Thank you, Richard Jemfi. I am Nanatu Boateng. This has been the news review segment on Breakfast Daily.
Energy and reconnect
with your roots this March at the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2026. Join us for a celebration of Ghanaian culture and cuisine from all across the country. Northern, Akan, and Southern villages will all be represented. It's more than just food. It's about culture, family, and memories that last a lifetime. Let's come together this March to discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 28th and 29th of March 2026. Venue is the Afro Sagalam Children's Park. The time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day. Interested vendors can register by calling 0205-973-973. The Back to Your Village Food Festival is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 City FM.
We are gearing up for the trip of a lifetime. Heritage Caravan 2026. From 1st to 8th March 2026, 8 days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We're touring Ghana in the most spectacular way on the Heritage Caravan, exploring the beauty, history, and stories that make our nation unique. Rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and Oti, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. The Heritage Caravan 2026 will be fun, educative, refreshing, and most of all, remarkable. Stay connected. Follow Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM across all social media platforms for updates, and join the conversation using the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2026. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from City FM. And it's proudly sponsored by Holland Insurance, Piva Beverages, Omni Basic Bank, Caveman Watches, Gino, Gigi Shito, Goyle, Mini Mini Achumo, and Adwin Granite Paste. And it's supported by Mama's Rice. Heritage Caravan 2026, experience Ghana like never before.
Habibi, my people, welcome to Dubai. My name is Sheikh Alkal bin Maktoum. Okay, so I am Caleb, right? Caleb Kuda is my name, and this is Beyond Borders on Channel 1 Television. We are in Dubai. So join me. Let us explore the allure, the beauty, and the reality of life and living it in Dubai through the eyes and the experiences of our compatriots.
Imagine 6 people, 10 people sharing a common room together.
If you're not complain there in the sense, why you are share one rooms now? It doesn't smell pleasant. Or wanting no complaints now be bring to the fair no too.
Dubai is one of the most organized, highly resourced, and well-endowed countries you would find.
You've been here for 7 months.
Yes.
Without a job.
Yeah.
How is it like?
So hard.
Tell me about it.
Struggling, renting and feeding is so hard.
Every frame per second of their lives in Dubai tells a story, and we've got it all captured right here on Beyond Borders, only on Channel 1 Television. So don't get told, don't miss out. Catch these compelling stories of Ghanaians in Dubai only on Beyond Borders on Channel 1 TV.
Beyond Borders airs every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV, and is brought to you by Copen Hospitality.
All I wanted is to be part of a real family. I thought you were kind.
Akole, I offered you money, got you a hotel for a few nights. That was the best I could do.
I wanted little dignity and shelter. I promised I wouldn't speak of that night. I promised I would help around the house. Cook, wash, keep quiet, and I met it.
You make it sound so simple.
It was simple until you made it complicated.
Akole pregnant. For you?
Fifi. I didn't say she was pregnant for me. All I said was she was pregnant.
She said you know who the father of that child is. And we both know what that means.
Any problem?
No, Your Highness.
Good. Then continue your royal duty with gratitude.
Permission to resign.
Denied.
The Blankstons, coming soon on Channel 1 TV.
The vibe is too much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to a brand new episode of Breakfast Daily. Of course, you already know that it started with Nana 24, and he took us to, the political world with his panel, discussing things that are making waves in the nation. But right now, we are going to be continuing till 11 o'clock, bringing you some other things like getting into our communities, trends and interviews and all that. My name is Chris Carter and I hope you stay tuned.
My name is Philip Nilati, and like Chris Carter has said, we will bring you a lot of things from our communities, and we have a lot of things for you on the show today. Some interviews will be happening on the set today, interesting interviews, and I'm sure the Caravanites are also preparing for the Heritage Caravan that is happening from the 1st of March to 8th of March. This year is a 10th edition, and we want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors who have made it possible for us to embark on this trip of a lifetime. If you've not embarked on it before, then be preparing yourself for the 2027 edition of Heritage Caravan, because the 2026 edition of Heritage Caravan is fully booked. We are ready. The engines are being prepared. The individuals are preparing themselves. Sponsors are also putting up all the finishing touches and all that. Organization top notch, and I tell you what, you would be getting the sight and sounds here on Channel 1 TV, because for us, we are very charitable like that. We will bring you all the sight and sounds on screen. So we want to say a very big thank you to Hollard Insurance, a very good one there. They have sponsored this event. Also, we have other sponsors who have also sponsored. That is Omni Basic Bank. Omni Basic Bank also a sponsor for this important event. We have Guel, that is a Ghana oil company, that is Good Energy. They've also sponsored this particular program, this particular event. We also have Mimi Achomo. Yes, a very interesting one there. AdMe is also a sponsor for this event. Also, we have Caveman Watches, also a very important sponsor for this event. And we tell you that Gino, we may have Gino on set today. So be prepared for all the goodies that we may be giving you as a viewer. When AdMe came in, they brought some goodies. Also, Piva Beverages brought in some goodies, so they are also sponsoring this event. And we are having Didi Shito. Chris, have they been here already?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But they were actually nice to me. They have actually sent me a pack before.
Oh, yeah. Shito.
When they launched, they sent me like the different types of shito that.
And you enjoyed it alone.
I enjoyed it.
You see, in this life, a didija is not good though. A didija is not good. You are confessing. So, yeah, a didija is not good.
It was no, but that.
Anyway, we will talk about that later. We will talk about that later. So the shito, if you've not tried the shito,
I have tried it. It was great.
It was great, eh? Okay.
Super.
I think I would have to get a pack or two and see what I can do with it. So Nana Rice is also sponsoring this event, and the sponsors are going to do something fantastic. They are having plans for the Caravanites. They are going to launch, I think Peter Beverage will be launching something along the way. AdMe is also having a plan for the Caravanites. Caveman Watches official timekeeper for the caravan, and also Holat, they were here, and they also brought in something very, very interesting. So the Ghana Tourism Authority and National Tourism, they are also the new sponsors on the Heritage Caravan. You know, this is about tourism. It's about touring Ghana and seeing the very new things that we may not have seen before, or trying to get a different picture of what you may have seen before. So it's all good. So this is the 10th edition, and trust me, it's going to be fantastic. And the organization, like I keep saying, top notch. This is brought to you by 97.3 FM and Channel 1 TV.
And of course, it's the month of March that is going to be coming up in some days. So tomorrow we actually launch the Heritage Month right here at the Channel 1 TV Gardens, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be starting at 5:30, and we are going to be having a ball. So throughout this month, there are different things that are going to be happening for you to enjoy on screen, and some of them, like Philip just mentioned, it's the Heritage Caravan, and after that the Heritage Month series, which is going to be on air. That's on TV and on radio. And Back to Your Village Food Festival,
my favorite
festivals that you never want to miss when you hear about it in this country. It's the only food festival that takes you back to your village and then gives you all the delicacies each village has. And we are actually sponsored by Admi Granite Paste, Caveman Watches, Gino, Piva Beverages, Goyle, Mini Choma, Didi Shito, Nana's Rice, Holad, and Omni Basic Bank. So I'm sure we're going to be streaming live, right? So tomorrow, take up your reminders, everything that you use to remind yourself, your clocks, your watches, everything. Just put in there 5:30, and we will be showing it right here on Channel 1 TV as we launch the Heritage Month.
Interesting packages that we'll be bringing to you on screens tomorrow. So you would want to be part of this all-important launch, because we are not taking the Heritage Month lightly. We are bringing you nothing but the best from Channel 1 TV. But that said, with the Heritage Month and also the Made in Ghana Rice campaign that we are championing here on Channel 1 TV, I want you to be part of this important campaign. Eat Ghana, build Ghana. Eat fresh, eat Ghana. Build the future, fresh from our farms to our plates. And this, we are asking you to support us. Let your meal make a difference. Choose Ghana first. Test the effort. Test Ghana. And this is actually in partnership with Agri-Impact Limited, MasterCard Foundation, 24-hour economy, and also, of course, championed by 97.3 FM and Channel 1 TV. When, Chris, you were talking about the Back to Your Village Food Festival, the Heritage Month, the Back to Your Village Food Festival came up. But let's tell our viewers when exactly this event is happening, which is on the 28th and 29th of March 2026, exactly 10 a.m. And you would want to get yourself some food through to 6 p.m. I know people can stay there for as long as they want to, but if you come early, you'll be able to get that favorite food that
you know people take takeaway bowls.
But why will I come there without taking some home?
It was
no. Have you seen the pig there? Like it was, the pork there. It was. It's really sleeping. Like having
it was
some.
Kweku that taught me that.
Really?
Like, coming with takeaway bowls
and come and buy some home.
Yes, and take some to your house.
Yeah. So make sure that you are part of this.
You know what I like about this? Apart from the buying, because we are on air. And because we're Channel 1, they like to just, Chris, you interviewed me, come for a plate. That's the part I like.
Keep on keeping on. So it's just an interesting one that you'd want to be part of this event, which is 28th and 29th of March 2026. And this will be happening at the Ifwa Sadadan Children's Park, and from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. And interested vendors, please. Interested vendors of indigenous foods are invited to register. This is your time to do the registration. So you can call the number, whether 0205 973 973 now, so you can do the registration. This is powered by 67.3 FM support from Channel 1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember that the Channel 1 News app is live All you got to do is head to the Google Play Store and you can download it and have it on your phone and on your tablet. This helps you stay in touch and in tune with every information or news item that we have out there for you coming from Ghana and beyond. So anywhere you are in the world, as long as there's internet access, you can be an Antarctica. As long as there's internet access, you definitely can be logged on to Channel One and follow everything happening in Ghana and beyond through this app. So head to Google Play Store right now and download Channel One News app.
Of course. So that's done said with the announcers, or we bringing you the information that you need concerning our event that we'll be having here at Channel One TV. Let's move straight into the trends. And yesterday, the CID boss, that is COP Lydia Donko, actually visited Swedru School of Business, Swesbu at Agona Swedru, and asked the management of the school to produce or present or bring out or fish out whatever it is for you to bring out these individuals that perpetrated that act, that dangerous act on your bachelor student must be fished out. And the CID boss gave the management of the school 24 hours. Earlier, I understand that the management of the school said, oh, the students wearing from the school, it's just that they were wearing the school uniform and all that. And
how does that?
The CID boss said that once they are in your school uniform, you have to produce them. Let's bring you that video after we'll tell you what the general public is saying about this.
So if somebody's wearing your shirt, that's why I wanted to start by saying, are you confirming that is your shirt or your uniform? Somebody has worn your uniform to create such a scene or to conduct himself in such a manner. It is giving your school a bad name. So I'm sure you are concerned that is your school shirt. That's because I wanted you to confirm that is your school shirt. So if that is your school shirt and somebody has worn it and is attacking a fellow human being in such a manner, as a school, you should be concerned to find out who are the people behind that shirt wearing it. Not so, and to hand them over to the police. So I am mentioning now that I am giving you 24 hours to produce the people in that shirt who attacked the boy. 24 hours starts now. The Ghana Police Service has taken note of a disturbing video circulating on social media depicting acts of violence against a student of Owutu Obrachre Senior High Technical School by another school during the interzonal athletics competition held in Agona Swedru. And as I've just mentioned, we are currently at the Swedru School of Business, and the people in the video have been identified as people wearing the shirts of Swedru School of Business. So the school has been tasked to produce those people for further investigations. The service views the incident with the utmost seriousness and unequivocally condemns the criminal acts seen in the video. A comprehensive review of the footage is underway and efforts to identify everyone involved have been intensified. No person connected to these acts will be shielded from accountability. As I mentioned earlier, the school authorities have been given 24 hours to produce the students captured in the video to assist with the investigation. The Ghana Police Service has taken note of a disturbing video circulating on social media depicting acts of violence against a student of Owutu Obrachre Senior High Technical School by another school during the interzonal athletics competition held.
You are the victim. What exactly caused this festival?
The tears thrown at me when I was looking for a place to sit, so that I'll use the medicine on my eye. That's what happened.
So you were basically just looking for a place to sit?
Yes, it happened unexpectedly.
Okay. So, but tell us, you're saying you didn't do anything to provoke?
No, I didn't do anything. I was just standing there, and they started throwing the stone.
What happened when they started throwing the stones?
I wasn't looking. When I turned, I saw my colleagues running, but I didn't know what was happening. So by the time I realized, the stone came to hit me.
So you're saying you didn't do anything to these particular students?
No, I didn't do anything to them.
What would you want to be done in this particular situation?
I want them to be arrested and anything that the government wants to do to them.
What's your full name?
My name is Akwakakowi Fiajigbe.
You are the victim. What exactly caused this festival?
The two stone at me when I was looking for a place to sit, so that I'll use the medicine on my eye. That's what happened.
So you were basically just looking for a place to sit?
Yes, it happened unexpectedly.
Okay. So, but tell us, you're saying you didn't do anything to provoke?
No, I didn't do anything. I was just standing there. And they started throwing the stone.
What happened when they started throwing the stones?
I wasn't looking. When I turned, I saw my colleagues running, but I didn't know what was happening. So by the time I realized, the stone came to hit me.
So you're saying you didn't do anything to these particular students?
No, I didn't do anything to them.
What would you want to be done in this particular situation?
I want them to be arrested and anything that the government wants to do to them.
What's your full name?
My name is Akwakakowi Fiajigbe.
So that is it, and that is a victim that spoke to a journalist from 3 News. Earlier you heard from the COP, Lydia Donko, who is the CID boss, and she gave the management of Sweater's Club Business 24 hours to produce the individuals who were found assaulting the students, and it said that they were in the school's uniform. So once they are in your uniform, yeah, you'd have to produce them, and the 24 hours we understand will definitely elapse in the next 1 or 2 hours, or probably 3 hours. So we'll be waiting to hear from the Ghana Police Service, the CID division, and also the Ghana Education Service has taken up serious stance against this. The Ministry of Education, yesterday we spoke to the Deputy Education Minister, Dr. Clement Park, and the sporting activities in that particular region has been suspended. So it tells you how serious the government is to get this issue addressed. And the COP, that is the CID boss, has said that this is a criminal act and they would not sweep it under the carpet.
It's actually very sad, and after watching the boy, my heart is broken more. Do you understand?
I wouldn't want to take my son to
exactly,
school,
and then he comes back like this.
Yes, and you be pelting stones at him and all that.
And then, and for the fact that he said he just wanted to sit down to put the medication in his eye, and they started doing this. He didn't even notice that something was happening.
And if you listen to a fuller interview of the full interview of the CID boss, she said that the students should find a better way to address these issues. You don't go around being very violent and thinking that nothing can be done about it. I want something to be done about it, because I keep saying that this is becoming one too many. And the fact that I'm an old student of Sweater's Club Business, I wouldn't want this indiscipline to really go on. Another issue is also that a similar one happening at Disadel College. Yes, we understand, with Agri Memorial School students. Yesterday the CID boss mentioned that. So we wouldn't want to be having a lot of students taking the law into their hands and be doing all sort of
I think it's hooliganism. It's hooliganism. No. This is hooliganism growing. It's brewing in them. And hooliganism, usually we see older people do this, but to see young children start like this, definitely they are going to turn to hooligans as they get older.
It's not accepted. It's condemnable. It's not accepted. It's terrible. We should not breed these kind of people in our society, because these people will be the next generation. We'll be seeing them in the tertiary institutions, and if they are not controlled now, what becomes of us tomorrow? Anyway, there are comments from the general public. Let's bring you these comments and what they've been saying about it. So schools are waiting for directive because school leaders have their hands tied behind them. let's not talk about teachers whose power or whom power has been stripped off from them. So yesterday too, I saw a message like this that says that now teachers cannot even punish students.
We no longer have the wicked teachers we used to have when we're
not to say wicked.
No, we saw them as wicked, but when you look at it at the end of the day, it was discipline.
We're actually straightening us. So what should be done is some sort of reform. I'm not saying that give the teacher the whole power to discipline the student, but the teacher should have some sort of power to discipline the student.
I feel like
the Bible says that.
I feel like at the end of the day, they are different, and there are also different levels of discipline.
Yes.
So, like you said, there has to be some sort of reform, and this reform also has to involve teaching teachers on how to also discipline kids. Do you understand? Because there are different types of discipline. It's not a one-way thing. Do you understand? It's not a one size fits all. Every student is also different, so you also have to be equipped in knowing how to discipline this student or how to discipline that student, and also realize, oh, okay, my power is stops here. Maybe somebody else needs to take over because I can't handle this.
So like what you said, if the teacher is doing it and can't get, you move it to the management level, that's the headmaster. After the headmaster, it goes to maybe the district director of education. Maybe it's not being held well, it goes to the regional director of education. Then maybe the final decider could be GES, whether the student to be expelled or whatever decision will be taken. But we have more comments on this, Chris.
The cunning thing that GES has removed from the school system has spoiled the kids' bar. Teachers have chosen to ignore the kids. Okay, this is caning actually.
Yeah, the cane
to cane people. Next one. Justice should be served whether minor or not. We don't want to hear stories, please. So everybody is actually waiting for justice to be served. The students who assaulted their teacher were set free. What will happen to those who assaulted their colleagues? And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So you can't do this to Akpaka. You can't. It's not accepted. Anyway, so that's it. We move to the next story, but it's also making rounds, trends. Chris.
Right. So the next one, it's about ECG. ECG is in the trends again, and this time is actually stems from a video that was posted on social media. A lady posted a video on social media complaining on, buying electricity. I think this is the prepaid side of things.
Yeah,
so she bought electricity for 60 Ghana in the morning, and by evening, in like 14 hours, everything was gone.
What did she use it?
She said she had no AC on. She has no fridge on. In fact, the big fridge, the deep freezer was not plugged on, or has not been plugged on for a long time because of how the thing keeps running. She even showed that, okay, this is where this is where that is, and you see it's not plugged. So we actually have a video on that. So if we have the video on it, let's check out this video, and when we come back, we'll have this conversation.
Ebusiafo, I think this thing is becoming too much. Politics and tone change. Let's put MPP NDC aside. This thing is becoming too much. I don't know who is controlling ECG. Light issues ni ya too much for Ghana. Aden. Ponkwa na midisha fridge bukwa san can read this say Aden. And ahumachia na me light sign. This is the auto 100 Ghana 24 hours that's ahumachia na me light say about by 4 to 5 me me ni kan na me sure ma me to 60 cedis na me fa me ni te edra no pa ma hwene be ye me anase e betimi de me akọ the next day kakra mpo a ebusuafo 60 Ghana cedis lighter about 5 o'clock was the 4 something na me to ahumachia and you may we me ma here about 7 something to 8 light na sa aden esi e wa ha me so me fridge ba ko pen na me use me wo fridge too the freezer me so po it is not on. Look at the switch here. Just me so I have not even plugged it. What is it? What is happening? Me ko check it say me should be prepaid. Let me check it for you because our truth was in a dance ni wa brochire. It was 0. Look at it. 0.00. Adai, what is happening? What about on one juma? Maybe tia me juma. Me ton light 100 Ghana 24/7. Just say 24 hours 100 besa. So me 200 by China per 100 nasa. Or China besa 200. If I should print my week lighter me 12 be bear with no. One more complain. I am sure that most of them are doing.
All right, so that's it, and it's quite unfortunate, and my heart goes out to her. But honestly, she's not actually the first person that has complained. Yeah, last week too, we saw another lady who brought out her bills, and she was also complaining. So there's been a series of, you know, posts made on the amount people are spending on light bill, and it's
maybe if you are watching us and you have a similar issue, text lines are open. You can send us a message. 0204447033. Let's also get what you make of the electricity bills in your area. Because 60 Ghana cedis and you buy in the morning, or you buy it maybe in the evening and it gets finished maybe at dawn. That's serious. But maybe there may be a problem. There may be a challenge. You know what I'm saying here? That as the city strengthens and inflation drops to 3.8% in early 2026, there is a group that is the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy. They are calling for a refund, for refunds and an 11% rate cut amid ongoing consumer strength and complaints and no response yet from the electricity company.
Yeah, and this same group actually reported that they claim that consumers overpaid 1.5 billion Ghana cedis for power in late 2025 due to the overestimated exchange rates and inflation in tariff calculations. And you know, like I think somewhere January there was an increase in tariffs too, especially I think ECG and Ghana Waters, for those who have water. I don't have water.
So you buy water. So I think that if you are facing similar problem, let's hear from you. 0204.
Please, I'm facing the same problem.
Electricity?
Yes, but I do postpaid. But yes, it has gone.
Oh, you do postpaid?
Yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't know.
Sorry.
Oh, they are dusted. Anyway, let's bring you comments because people who do postpaid, hey.
No, I think it's better.
Really?
Yes.
I would want to calculate how much I'm consuming.
No, with the app you can actually calculate how much you're consuming.
Let me buy the credit or whatever it is, put it on my meter.
And know that
when it's cut.
No,
I wouldn't want to do postpaid and the next minute I'm paying about 3,000, 4,000 because with or without the prepaid or without the buying it ahead of time, I still have electricity. And you know how sometimes it can be very relaxing. Oh, I'm in China and top up kakra. Let me wait so that I'm going to get a lot more. Then you go 2,000, 3,000,
oh, no, but
4,000. At what point does it cut?
Well, it doesn't cut until they come to cut it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that means if it's postpaid and you know that by the end of the month you're supposed to go and pay 5K, you're going to pay 5K.
No, so when it's postpaid, I know at the end of the month I'm supposed to pay a certain amount.
I'm very disciplined.
Pay a certain amount of money. Yeah, but now it has changed every month, and it's still the same things and the same system that we have in place at home. Now we're paying more, not more. More in capital letters. More Bebre.
It's not
with exclamation mark.
Bebre. Interesting.
So yeah, we actually have a message.
We have a message here. Yeah.
So good morning, Breakfast Daily team. The issue of electricity, dear, it's sad, but sometimes it also depends on the gadget that one uses, and other times there could be a problem with the meter.
Yeah. So
my name is Munuru from Tema.
Yeah. So
Thank
you would want to get it checked, because if maybe you are the comments are coming. The comments are coming.
Okay, so we have another one. The lady should not fault or ask ECG the whaler. If she claims she's not using any of these gadgets, then she should get her meter checked, because
60 cedis is somebody's breakfast, lunch, and supper. Anyway, let's bring you social media comments on this, and I'm sure our viewers will also be sending us more comments on this.
Boy,
this one is boy.
But he didn't add the E. So, boy, yeah, every week I buy 230 Ghana cedis, and it's not like I'm running a cold store, cold room, or have AC. It's just bad. So I think it's something that's happening to a lot of people's meters.
Yeah, but it should be checked.
Do you understand?
It should be checked. Okay, another comment.
Electricity tariff is becoming a national crisis at this point. It needs looking into. So it's not just one person, you see.
Wow.
She dey lie. 60 Ghana cedis, less than 24 hours, with only one fridge on, no AC on. Well, you cannot just put people's experiences under the carpet because it's not happening to you, Mr. Nana Asari.
Okay.
I now understand why my landlord didn't allow them to replace his meter. He has a big dog, and he intentionally placed the dog cage under the meter.
Oh, really?
Till now, we still they use the old meter.
So if you change the meter, then you have to deal with the dog.
Yes.
So someone says that the old meter they make sense.
Yeah.
Really?
I think so too. By now, if you go watch in appliances, all get half-star energy rating. Yeah, someone also talked about this. You need to check your...
You need to check energy conservation or something. Yeah.
Wish everyone had money to afford a solar. Early morning by 5 a.m. I'm on solar till 6 p.m. Saves me a lot of cash.
Wow.
And yeah, I've heard a lot of people switching into solar.
Chris.
Yeah.
You're getting messages.
Good morning, Chris. This lady is using ACs, fridge. I'm sure she uses kettle iron, washing machine. Definitely 60 cedis can be enough for.
But she said she's not putting any of them on.
She said she's not putting it on. Let's cut her a slack. If she says she's not putting it on, I don't think you will come on social media to actually lie like this. Or will people do that?
There's also this message. Good morning, Breakfast Daily. At first, I was using the old meter, and last year, ECG came to change it. I bought 500 Ghana cedis just 2 weeks ago, and I'm now left with just 20 Ghana cedis.
Hey.
No, you bought it 2 weeks ago, 500 Ghana cedis, and you are left with 20 Ghana cedis. So in 2 weeks, 480.
It's gone.
But what are you using? Is it a cold store?
No, but for him,
no.
From what he said he was using the old.
Yeah, the old meter.
So that means the old meter was not doing the same thing like this.
But you know, previously, when the managing director of the Electricity Company of Ghana, Dubik Mahama, he says that the new meters actually reads whatever you are using. So it's giving the actual amount of your consumption.
He said.
So yeah, that's what Dubik Mahama said. The former MD, previous administration. So maybe you need to make a report to the Electricity Company of Ghana. And the Electricity Company of Ghana, if you are watching and you are hearing of these reports, you should get the issue. And I think ECG, there are one too many issues there.
Yeah, you should be worried.
I have friends
you
there.
You should be relaxed. You should be worried.
And sometimes when you speak to them, one too many issues, meter issues. There are issues with theft of accounts. There are issues of you not getting the readings right. There are issues of different meters and all that.
So we have two other messages. So my name is Eddie Nam. I use the same meter the lady is using. Maybe she has a problem with her wiring. That's Eddie Nam.
Okay.
And another one. Good morning, Channel 1 Breakfast Daily Show. As for the power credit, I bought 120 Ghana cedis for 3 days with just a bulb, TV, and fan. 120 for 3 days.
Wow.
So imagine every 3 days you're spending 120. So in a week you've spent in a week you spend 240. So the next week you're going to be spending about 480. And so 480 times 2 again. So you are looking at almost 960 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
For a month.
For the 500 Ghana cedis?
No, for a bulb and a fridge and a TV.
Without AC?
Without AC.
Charlie, AC, when you sleep in AC, it cools your system. So ECG, don't be doing this. This is done. I was feeling hot and I put on the AC and
then after waking up, when you wake up, did you check your ECG?
Oh, I'm going to check. You know, sometimes you need to close your eyes and lose everything.
Just use it. Exactly.
It's hot. So
it's hot.
But it's not fair when these things happen to people. The person has sent a message again. Said, Philip, the 500 Ghana cedis, I use fridge and just one TV. And 500 Ghana cedis, use fridge and just one television, and you bought it 2 weeks ago, and you are left it for 20 Ghana cedis. That means within 2 weeks, you spent 480 Ghana cedis.
So another one says, ECG will kill us. I buy 50 Ghana cedis for 3 days. You see, most of the messages coming here are all messages that sound like the lady's own. So that means she cannot be lying.
Yeah, that's a problem.
She cannot be lying. One person cannot be lying. Or this many people can't be lying about their own experiences. Like we said, it's her own experience and she's feeling it. So no one should come out and say that, oh, she's not doing this, she's not doing that, or she should check her work. Maybe she's done all that, because from these messages, it shows that there are a lot of people that are still going through the same thing. So maybe some of the machines are faulty. Some of the meters are faulty. Maybe yours might not be faulty. That's why you think she's lying. But from the messages we're getting, some people are going through the same thing, and this actually needs to be looked at. I don't know how it's going to be looked at. Maybe we need to call them. Even if you call them, it takes a very long time before they come. Sometimes you need to go to the office and drag them.
And when you go there, you see a lot of people.
Hey,
so
you'd
have to be in the line. You'll be in the line. You'll be like, okay. And you give up. You'll be like, I have to go home. We won't want this one to breed illegal connection. No. So ECG, you would have to check this. So a message from Ho says that the little said about this electricity issue, the better. I am on prepaid and spent almost 1,000 Ghana cedis despite all efforts to control it. How much is our salary?
So from my experience, buying it in bulk says 150. It lasts quite long. Say 150. It lasts quite longer. And this is by Ajo. Ajo, people are buying 500 and it's lasting some days.
I think that it's something that has to be checked on by the electricity company of Ghana. Maybe their technicians would have to go around.
Okay, talking about technicians, someone said, I went to the office and I was told my oh God, this doesn't even sound right. Listen to this. I went to their office and I was told my electricity is leaking, and that's the end. Leaking to where? Where is it pouring into?
Can have a leakage.
Is it water? Like where is it pouring into? Leaking.
Oh, really? Oh, then this has to really be checked. Nana from Accra says that, please, about the meter is getting out of hand. I bought 100 Ghana cedis and it's only last for 3 days. We need, so you've given us the areas. When you send the message, let's get the area that you are actually sending us the message.
Okay, another one.
Then we could work around something.
It's so true with exclamations mark. That means it's very serious. ECG tariffs are so high and unsustainable for the ordinary Ghanaian. Government should look into this immediately, else Ghanaians will be disappointed in this government. ECG tariffs are killing us. I urge the president to personally address this issue, please. Some few years ago, I used to spend 5 Ghana cedis daily, but now I spend 30 Ghana cedis daily. This is so bad. President Mahama, please address this immediately. And this is Yao from Spintex.
Chris, this is more like a community issue
development.
Right now.
At this point, we enter community development.
We actually doing. I wish maybe the producers, if we could find a way to open the phone lines for our callers for our viewers to call, let's hear from them. Maybe they can speak to us about it if really it's something that can be done now, because it looks like the messages that are coming tells us that there is an issue with electricity, and I'm sure that the ECG officials should be watching by now, and so that they would be able to get the information. So we've been given the permission to open the phone lines on this particular ECG issue. If you are watching us, please, let's hear from you now. So the numbers are on the screen. There's 0302784968 on the ECG issue. The area you find yourself. How much are you spending for maybe in a week? How much are you spending? And also, how much are you buying? And which gadgets do you have in your house? Because if someone is buying prepaid of 500 Ghana cedis and the individual is actually using 480 Ghana cedis within 2 weeks, and it's left to 20 Ghana cedis, that means the 20 Ghana cedis is just going to last you for like an hour or two.
Yeah, someone is saying the same thing. Good morning, my name is Miracle from Accra. I bought 100 Ghana cedis for 4 days. It got finished. I only use the TV and one fan, not even a ceiling fan, standing fan. And the painful thing is that I only stay in the house half a day. I feel your pain because I also stay in the house half a day. So we have Emmanuel from Ejisu. The phone lines are open now, and Emmanuel is calling us from Ejisu. Hi, Emmanuel.
Yeah, hello.
Good morning. You are welcome to the show.
Okay, good morning.
All right, so you want to share your experience with ECG meters? Okay, let us know.
Okay. Yeah, 6 people sharing 1 meter. But you bought 6 million for a month.
How much?
Container 6 million.
That's 600 cities.
That's 600 cities.
600 cities. But we are all drivers. We went out from the morning, then we come back in the evening. But it didn't contain us to the even 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what are the appliances in your house?
Oh, TV and fridge.
Yeah.
Normal fridge and fan.
And fan.
Most of us didn't use TV crowd. Most of us didn't use television.
Wow. So 600
cities.
In less than a week.
Yeah. Most 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
So are you on the new meter?
Yeah, new meter. That new meter.
Okay. Okay. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for your time, and it's obvious people are having issues with the new meter.
Philip.
So maybe ECG should go around and check. But you can also call us. Let's hear from you, Chris. The messages keep.
Today the messages are just coming.
Hey,
yeah.
Breakfast Daily, you guys are sending a lot of messages today. Like we have them, they're silent viewers.
I swear. So, Breeze from Tema, good morning. Please, I spend about 250 Ghana cedis on prepaid electricity every month. In my house, I use 2 fridges, 1 television, 1 washing machine, and 3 fans. This is Breeze from Tema. Breeze's one is not bad though, because 250 cedis a month.
But it's
no. He has a washing machine, a television, and 3 fans. Do you understand?
No, relax. You said from Tema.
So his own is not as bad as people in Accra. He's spending 250 Ghana cedis a month, and the people in Accra are spending the 250 Ghana cedis in a week.
We have another caller online. Good morning. Your name and where you are calling from?
Yeah, Kojo. I'm calling from New Legon.
Okay, let's hear from you, Kojo.
Yeah. Lady, you know, it's true. My place now, me ono. A day, me almost 50 Ghana, and I'm go company, you know. My guys be share me 1 year no 8, you know. So now the same you know never. And a little much I'm saying that mean do me fan. And your my fridges near the I see a week, you know, me to 200 Ghana cedis a week. That's a normal by your mommy, you know. Every week me to 200. A month me to 800.
Are you one out there?
Me member. This will be any fee.
And also a month what you 800.
800. Every week 200. The week 200 no. Me turn the test that the phone test the SSR.
Wow.
The lady make is true.
It's
because
true.
First no, first 50 Ghana because that means check it out your man. But I tell you, what do you go so anasa?
Electrical appliances been now use.
We use fridge, fan, 1 diffuser. The air conditioner can also me don't manage to me and you know
wow. And see, what's our core ECG for our catch on say?
This year about 200 a week, you know. I think it's okay, and my fan is because
wow. Kojo,
because I have a
Kojo. In first now you have 50 a day. Okay, that's it.
Wow.
So he's saying that previously he used to be charged 50 Ghana cedis a day,
just like the woman.
Just like the woman, he went to the electricity company of Ghana. They came there with one of their officers or technicians. He checked the earth, he checked the wiring and other things, and he was told that he should put off some of the electrical appliances, which he did, and now he's paying 200 Ghana cedis in a week. So calculating 200 Ghana cedis a week should be around 30 Ghana cedis or a little over 30 Ghana cedis a day. So he's saying that, well, it's okay. He's going to manage it like that. But it looks like there are a lot of issues. We have Agana joining us from Sakina. Agana, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's hear from you. What do you have? The issues
what I'm
with
saying is that
ECG.
what all the callers are saying is very true. I used to buy. Good morning. Good morning.
Please reduce your
TV,
volume. Yeah, reduce your TV volume
And
so you can hear us.
through the phone.
Yes.
Agana, you are listening to yourself. Reduce your television and listen through the phone. I think we've lost Agana there.
I think we lost him.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a message here, and
loads of messages.
it said it could be due to leakage. Please, I wish someone can really explain to me what this
leakage
leakage is
thing,
about.
yeah.
If electricity is water, we need to really understand. I have experienced the same thing. I did rewiring, and that reduced my consumption. I later had to install an earth, and it was much better. So she should check it. It might be due to leakage. Oh Lord.
Okay.
All right, so Jonathan from Tama is joining us on the line. Hi, Jonathan.
Yeah, good morning, madam.
Good morning.
I really appreciate today. I really appreciate today about you talking about this issue.
Thank you.
Let me come in this way. I was using the prepaid meter, and then hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. So during the time, I normally buy, even a week, I do buy more than 200 cedis, and then these are the things I normally use: fan. Let's say this chamber and hall self-contained. So I have one bulb in the hall, in the bedroom, bathhouse and kitchen, and I have only one fridge, which is tabletop, we normally call it. Yes, tabletop fridge. And then those are the things that I use with iron. And you know, per ECG, I think they normally calculate even the iron like it's every day something that we'll be using. So the point, later on I had a problem with the meter. And I went to them and they gave me postpaid, like direct something.
Yeah.
And let me give you I have one receipt here. Let me give you the charges per those things. The item, the written item, that is energy charges. And then the unit. The unit is 159. That is per unit. And then they say service charge. Service charge, days 31. And then they said government levy. Government levy is 224. And then they said street light. Street light is 224 again. That's what they've written. Those are the units I'm giving out. So the amount they said for the energy charge, the amount is 223.51. That is what they're giving me.
Right.
And then the service charge, days 31 days, which is 10 cedis, 91 pesos. And then for the government levy, for that 31 days is 4 cedis, 47 pesos. And then for the street light, it's 6 cedis, 71 pesos. So when you calculate all, it's 245 cedis, 60 pesos.
Right.
I hope you guys are hearing me clear.
Right.
Yes, please.
But then, that is for the month. Those things that I was using. But then previously, when I was using the the prepaid, it do consume a week. I do spend more than the monthly something that they give me here. So meaning we are having challenges with our prepaid systems.
Yeah.
Especially the new ones that you can sit in your room and then load. Unless, the charges there is too high. It's too high because, assuming I'm working ending like 1,500, 2,000, and I'm buying prepaid out of 800. How much will I save for even to pay my water bill, to pay my landlord?
Right.
So we are having challenges. We are having challenges here in Ghana. But then just that we can't voice out. If you try to voice out, they will send security men to come after you, which is very bad.
Thank you so much.
So please, we are very glad if you can push that out for the authorities to hear us, and then we are pleading they should just consider certain things because for them they don't pay those utilities. Yes, we vote them in power. We find a job for them, but they don't pay utilities. We are rather suffering from those stuff. So please, thanks so much. I really appreciate.
Thank you so much for your time. We are grateful. And
you see now you understand what I mean by the postpaid is better.
Yeah. then understand where I come from.
Oh, someone has actually told me that.
It actually has to do with also I think the new meters as well, because from what they are saying, most of them are referring to the. So
what can be done? So the question is, what can be done now?
ECG should go around and fix the problem.
What can be done?
There are loads of messages.
So many messages like.
Good morning to you and my colleagues. Viewers. Okay, my colleague viewers. I'm from Esikuma in the eastern region. My problem is ECG gave us estimated amount of 2,500 to be paid in addition to what they have been billing us every month. My question is, can meter that has been there for almost 15 years be giving estimated bills? Meanwhile, they brought us bills, or they bring us bills every month to pay. Let me put it that way. So where are the estimate bills? I mean, one of these days we'll bring ECG into the studio to have a conversation with us. This one says that it appears the meters are deliberately manipulated to read the bills high. An independent investigation into this will help. Ni Ama. Georgina from Igbe Town is joining us. Georgina, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Let's hear from you.
Okay. The is too bad for us, because every day almost 15 cities, 2 balls and 2 fans.
Almost 15 cities every day.
Yeah.
I get down on Brown Benzo. Kaswa Road, okay.
Yeah. It's too bad. No fridge. A month, 300 and something. It's too bad. Timber hall, 2 fans, 2 bulb, no fridge, and iron. It's too bad.
Just every month, not every week, what saying?
Okay, me calculating in a month, 380 every month.
In total prepaid 390 now can every month.
Yeah.
Now what can ECG for could be so almost I'm on a situation now.
Okola ya de beba twen sa obetwa kwan sa it my brain na meje actually.
Abre ampa. Na we use old meter na answer new meter ni.
New one no me dey abani. Old one there na any problem e was an e man. New one na abani bi.
The new one there ma issues no.
Yes.
Okay. And see I know so what brain to me follow up you.
My brain. Oh. Cause my follow my brain.
Okay.
Cause only 2 bulb, 2 fan, silly fan, no fridge, hall. It's too bad.
Oh, you saw iron there?
And iron, yeah.
Iron,
only iron.
Georgina,
no rice cooker, no electrical, just only iron. It's too bad.
Wow. Georgina, that's it. So Georgina from Igbe Town in Kaswa is saying that he uses 2 lights, that's bulbs, and 2 fans and an iron, and she pays 15 Ghana cedis a day per her calculation. She's paying around 390 Ghana cedis a month, and it's the chamber and hall apartment. She has gone to the Electricity Company of Ghana to report, but she's been there several times, nothing. In fact, her consistent visitation has yielded no results, so she's not tired, but it's the new meter that is having the issue. We have another caller.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Please, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Bashir calling from Ejisu.
Please, can you speak up a little for us?
My name is Bashir calling from Ejisu.
Okay,
Ejisu, cool. All right, so tell us your experience.
The situation is bad everywhere. Honestly speaking, the electricity company is very corrupt. They are totally corrupt. They are stealing from us. And we need to tell them the truth. They are stealing us. And I think I'm a landlord, okay? I have 6 rooms. They used to pay about 210 cedis every 2 days. Calculate it for me.
210 cedis?
Only one lady is using a fridge. 210 cedis. Why? 6 rooms, just 6 rooms. There are other guys who are drivers. They are not even around. 6 rooms, 210 cedis. Why? They are too corrupt. So if they want us to face them, we also face them one day, because we have dogs too.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You know, I actually enjoyed this caller. Why? Because it's coming from a perspective of a landlord. Do you understand? So he's not talking like, oh, I rented this place, or I just did this. So he's talking from a perspective of a landlord. So he's seeing what his tenants are actually going through. 210 cities every 2 days.
And in fact, the calls, comments, and everything we are getting is like a nationwide thing. And another one that we have read that from the Sikuma. Another one to Good Morning, please. I do buy 100 Ghana cedis a month, and I use 2 fans, 2 lights, and a television set. And I'm sure the earth connection on my meter is also very strong. This is God's way. Today, the Americans are really calling us. Kumasi Joseph is on the line. Let's hear from you, Joseph.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Let's hear from you.
Okay. Like I said earlier, my name is Ajay Joseph, Kumasi Ponting, and I am an electrical engineer.
Okay.
And I'm not speaking on behalf of ECG, but what they are complaining about is a problem. And the problem is, like earlier, one guy who tested and said, the ECG said they're having an earth leakage. ECG does leak. Sorry, the electrical system does leak.
Okay, so explain to us when it comes to the leakage.
Yes. A leakage comes when there is a connection between the lifeline and the earth line.
Okay.
And this is being caused by most of the electricians during the fixing of sockets and the switches. And we also have something called bonding in electrical system. After fixing all your installations, you have to make sure all the electrical systems and all the non-current current systems are being linked and bonded and then connected straight to the ground. That one is called earth rod. And mostly when you go to our various houses and ask them, where is your earth rod? They can't identify where it is. Most of them have been casted with concrete, been covered. But it should be, be in a chamber and cover it so that the rod can be expired in some years, then you will come back and change it again.
Okay.
And we also have something which is called the RC or the RCCD, residual current carrying circuit.
Okay.
That one is capable of monitoring the earth rod, which has to carry any excessive current into the ground or any leakage current into the ground. That one will give you a sound reading for your meter. But most of our main switches doesn't have this kind of breaker. Therefore, they must be in our main switches to detect all this earth leakage. Because if you are having RCD in your main switch, the moment your earth leaks, the RCD will detect and breaks down. The moment you turn it on, it will break down again. That one is telling you that your earth is leaking.
Okay.
You have to take care of that.
All right.
But we don't check on those things.
All right. So in the case that is leaking and someone goes to ECG and ECG tells them that it's leaking, should ECG just leave them to their fate? What is supposed to happen? Are they supposed to break the ground and then try to fix it? Especially if someone has rented a space. It's not, he or she is not the landlord. So what advice would you give? What is supposed to happen?
That is why Energy Commission is approving certified electrical wiring professionals. And therefore, these electrical engineers are capable of fixing all these faults. They shouldn't be fixed by the ECG because they are not,
electrical engineers.
Yeah, they are electrical engineers, but they are not in that field to fix those earth leakage. The moment they come and inform you that you have an earth leakage, they will tell you that go and tell your electrician to come and fix that fault.
Okay.
You see? So before you can detect that like I was saying earlier, there must be an RCD in your main switch to detect that earth leakage. After that, you have to check your earth rod and see that your earth rod is still alive, doing its work.
Okay. Peter, right? Your name is Peter, right?
Ajay Joseph.
Yes, Joseph.
Yeah.
Most of the complaints we are getting is that these people are saying that they were using the old meters. They weren't getting issues with, say, let me tell you, overbilling. Now that the meters have been changed from the old to the new that they can easily buy prepaid. Now they're having issues with their billing, and their bills are now they've now gone up. Will you also say that it could be an issue of the meter, or you still maintain your stance that it could be the leakage?
Okay, this is the problem. The problem, I will divide it in two, and when I am to rate it in percentage, I will say 80% must be from the earth leakage, and the 20% must come from the ECG's meter.
Okay.
Because previously, those meters, the post-paid meters, are analog. They can detect earth leakage. Like these ones, they work with the flags. So the moment even you go there near them, trying to open them, they will turn off by itself. Unless an ECG inspector brought an MasterCard on it before it will come on again. So that is how the problem is.
So that means the new ones, you can't tamper with it. When you try,
you can't tamper with them.
Oh, okay.
But those ones, they are analog. They goes round and clicking those GS before you can get your figures. They can't detect earth leakage like these ones. That is why when these ones came, they came with all these RCD things to detect them, so that if your earth is leaking, you can know. Sometimes you might be bathing in your bathroom, and you can experience that you are having some little shocks. Your bath, your fridges, rice cooker, kettle, all these things, iron, you have to know how they are working. Sometimes they will be having some little shocks, and it might be coming from them.
So when you're having the shocks, that means there is a leakage.
Yeah, there is a leakage. And I also advise Ghanaians not completely stop using the home use appliances, but we have to reduce them, because they are being worn out before they are coming into the system. So it's like someone who has worked now and get tired, you are still giving them a work to do. So basically,
if it's not new, then it's probably very worn out.
Yeah.
So if you want to use a home appliance, buy a new one.
A new one.
Okay.
And only a better chance will be used to the free home use now ban, because we cannot take time to earth leakage in a womb and a wild bandit and on the abroad.
All right.
We are then our best experiences are fortunate. So district has seen now earth leakage. They are solving most of the problem now. Expensive but we are at Mijai. So 200 Ghana cedis per week, 300 abnormal, and you can meet and read this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So per what you are saying, a part could come from your household systems, how the place has been wired, and the earth rod and the leakage and all that. Another part could also be from the meter.
And another part from your own appliances.
Okay.
All right.
Joseph, thank you so much for the education. We are grateful.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So
that's a detailed
education. That's a very detailed one, because if you tell me leakage, obviously I don't work as an engineer. I'm asking myself, is it water?
Well, yeah. So I like the fact that he's explained the leakage thing. So that tells you that if you would want someone to wire your house, you really need to get somebody who is qualified.
I really wish a lot of landlords are listening, because right now a lot of landlords have rented their places, and then people are going through the same problem. Now the question is, as a landlord, what should you do? Should you do the rewiring again? Do you have to now start breaking things and rewire again?
Well, maybe we will need to get that professional engineer, electric engineer, to tell us. Today we are getting a number of calls
and a number of messages.
So Patrick from Asimfosu is joining us. Patrick, let's hear from you.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, boss.
Me pacho, me problem me so old me tenibi. Na me ha on say meter no bebe to infirm me. And then who said me meter readings no. There na omode breme no bebe readings no wono. Aboso bibri te so mo ko nim wa bra me nduru ho be meter me reading nduru ho. Makoho akoho from 2 years no makoho service in there. Still sad difference na e woso na da so woso. Nti ask me fan say me meter readings no every 2000 na almost bill no I woso no I extra 2000 back on I 4000 and me charge me. Nti me makan say adan na omunye no montin free so na say 2000 difference bill na unit na e woso no en free so me normal drag am free me be synergy every no unit 2000 in charge, you know. Ebe kame me de me use no ho a eche se me de ka bebre na de tie ne se me no meter no de umberi di bia me consume 37 units every month akos one be 44 and abibisa enti omode difference of 2000 units akame me units that na so no eche se me de umka bebre
wow
enti abibia mo ba mo se me de ka mo betwam me ko ha mo se me video me meter no me video meter na figures na me femro mo ma yes several times
o se meter dada na ogusu yizu
mpacho no a
enti o man kan che o se o maybe meter na free system ni mo na se egusu yizu o man kan che o sa
egusu yizu meter me gene 2014
okay
2000
Oman can tell us maybe meter no so Mate says meter na bi wo hurt me expire Oman can show be so sa
2 years ago na me 2 sa na mo no ma le omo kasa ho weka back no e be hwe no be hwe no o hwe HYS ni ye bibia no so bibia e good na e bia bitane 40 and you are no sa ba no maka say meter 40 bi ni mo wa say load bi na unit bi no mo dia ka me bill ne ho I just say estimated bill no mo di unit ni bi aka ho nti o mba ye ho adwuma be sinne makwa akwa ne ifi ji fo say so ye adwuma bi na di o ma chi bebra ye bi we di free adwuma say o be a lot of absent na say o be sere kwan
de o be ko
nti ama me so say na gatiri me dia ko be 3 weeks ago me buy no and almost me some video mira be video de call engineer no want say okay omo ye ho dum omo process nti be yin am say e be sa dia sa unit na wo so no mon kan cham voice na mbo twitwa line me say me medium problem on do wo no ma betwam di so ko no ha be so
nti on betwem a okutua sike bi ansa no ma be so anasa
me me ntua he
no ma be so
da no obe share ni bi a TS ago me yakun no ano o de abetum
and there's all moment no more say
di me no me si ano me hu de me nye
eja da se also all free
me free asin fosu
okay eja da se so that's a caller there from asin fosu and he says that he is using the old meter. There was an amount of 2,000 Ghana cedis that was on the meter. They've tried everything to get that amount of, but it's still on the meter, and it's actually piling up with the amount of
his bills. His actual bills.
So he's tried everything to no avail. It's not worked. So anytime there is a disconnection, he goes back to the electricity company of Ghana, and I think he says the same individual who came to disconnect will come and reconnect. And I'm asking him, then that means you are wasting your time. That means you have too much fuel to be going up and down and be disconnecting and reconnecting. Wow. Joseph from Kaswa is joining us. Joseph, let's hear from you. Issues with ECG or your electricity.
Okay, so when it comes to the ECG and other stuff, also they're also exposing some of these things. My problem is the new meters. The new meters.
Is that the problem? Is it what?
The new meters that they are installing.
And the new meters?
Yes.
Okay.
So the problem is that recently, I think they came to change old meter. Then it has been stolen. The new meters that have been installed, our own has been stolen. I went back to ECG and they said they cannot do anything unless you buy new meters. And it's very expensive. Yes, very, very expensive. Now, I think they said one piece is about 3,000 plus. And supposed to be, some starting up something like maybe I want to start a production shop or something like that. And I would have to go and get a new meter. You have to think of all these things. Like, you have to think about all these things. Getting a new meter of it soon. That is my problem. The new meters are quite expensive. That's my concern.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. I'm sure, but have you visited the Electricity Company of Ghana recently, maybe in your district, to tell them that this is the issue with your meter has been stolen, and how many times have you made that report?
Yes, done a lot of them. Like so many times. Gone for police report.
Police report.
And it's so that we can, attend to like something urgent for them to attend to, but yet nothing.
Okay, that's fine.
Anytime you go, you have to buy a new one. Anytime you go, you say you have to buy a new one.
Okay.
And the new one is expensive now.
And you said the new one is how much again? How much did they tell you it is?
3,000 plus.
3,000 plus.
Yeah,
3,000. ECG is the amount 3,000 plus. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. We are grateful. I could hardly hear you, but I think I got your message right that the meter has been stolen. You need a replacement, and they're telling you that it's 3,000 plus. Electricity Company of Ghana. We are trying to get in touch with the company to at least get the company to answer a few questions, and maybe if you can also educate the general public. So the Communications Department of Electricity Company of Ghana, we are open to give you the floor to clear the air when it comes to these things. And if there is also any way you would want to educate the public, like what the engineer also did, the electrical engineer did, we are open to give you the floor.
All right. So we have a caller from Tamale.
Yes, Tamale.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Honorable Chino.
All right. So tell us about your experience. Let's go through.
Yeah, my experience is first, I need to thank you people so much for carrying this program out for our listeners to be heard.
All right.
These limiters, first, I want to blame the QRC first. They are embedded with GRA and ECG to kill Ghanaians. Because these new meters, I don't know the reason why they brought these meters. Like my experience, if I bought 2 single rooms, 2 fans, and then some few things, if I bought units 100 cedi, roughly 1 week. 1 week. And my challenge is not up to what I'm training for my distance. So I need to thank you people, and I need to TRC. They should work. They should fight for the people. They shouldn't fight for the power people. So that is my challenge.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
I mean, the call keeps coming, and let's go. Yeah, let's check out some messages. Top of the morning, Philip and Chris.
Shortly.
The ECG increase is really having a toll on our top-ups. No be easy, oh. A small office with 2 ACs, one 6-feet fish pump, 3 outside floodlights, few energy-saving lights within the office, 2 mini fridges. Yet we spend about 500 Ghana cedis per week. Wow. Compared to a 300 cedis Ghana per week last November, December. I guess we are classed in the commercial area. This is Jowulu, and Sam is sending this message. Wow, from 300 a week to 500 a week.
We have Keen from Accra. Keen, let's hear from you.
Yeah. Please, one problem is that the meter that, the prepaid meter, when anytime you get fault, you go there, just Accra get here. They will even come. They will even come. Go and come. They will be tossing you, playing you like a football. You see, there are some things, excuse me to say this. Now you find that. Now, you know the reason why people are doing illegal connection. When you call them, they will not even step your house. Oh, we had a fault. They are going to do and come. Go and bring the whatever it is. You see, before you realize, then people do illegal connection, then the house and things will be and continue. But now, some of us, we have planned that if there is a fault, we call them and they refuse, and somebody did illegal connection, then came and then someone the person in court will be there. This is my number. I don't care. In fact, I am telling you, one kasa wo liga we meet na mo dia mo port aban wo si omumbra unless you take taxi what and what drop in and quarantine yeah, but they will not even step there. But if you do something small and then do illegal condition, they will come and carry you to court. And when you go to court, there is nothing you say, and then the judge will accept. The judge is still illegal condition. So will you be there and then you're free until then the food that you store inside the fridge will spoil and cheap? Would they pay? Would they pay? So this is what they have been. Just like I guess one called Mr. Kelly also. One will come Mr. Kelly. You just you come very soon. You go and come. You go and come until that kingdom come. So until you planning. Say nothing you do bebo because omu be there like I said before. Which I say, I go to say we need my auntie go and come. Until you
King, thank you. Yeah, we can actually tell your frustration there.
So King's Zone is an issue of customer service. Yeah.
Because you keep going and coming
and taking your customers for granted.
Yeah, you tell them that we will come and inspect your meter. We do not come. I want to find out from ECG whether maybe they are overwhelmed. It could be that the complaints are too many to the extent that it can't satisfy every customer. So that should also be looked at. But we've tried everything possible to get to the Electricity Company of Ghana to have a conversation with them. We wouldn't want to do this without also hearing their side of the story. There may be genuine reasons why these problems keep coming, but I'm sure that in due course, maybe the ECG also come and we have further conversation on that. We have more comments on that.
So good morning, my cherished host and hostess. The electricity issue is a national security threat and needs urgent review. I bought 70 Ghana cedis in the night around 7 p.m. and by daybreak, it was left with only 10 Ghana cedis.
What are you using?
What a government. From Chinderi and Karachi in Oti region. Yeah. So I'm Solomon from Ashaman. What the lady is talking about is true. Electricity bill is too much for us. This is not about politics. I am from Tamale Agri electoral area. I buy electricity for a month of 930 Ghana cedis and use 1 air condition and 1 TV, 1 fridge and 2 bulbs or 2 or 3 bulbs basically. Tamale 2 energy minister is killing us. This is not NDC or NPP. I even an NDC branch executive myself. My name is Wakil, popularly known as Abiriwa. Okay, good morning. Hope all is well. The issue of electricity is bad. You buy 200 Ghana cedis in less than 10 days and you have to buy again. On the students' issue, it is serious. At Koforidua, there was a stabbing and gang rape. Teachers were stoned and injured, and the authorities must look at student hooliganism as a national security issue before it goes out of hand. This is Daniel Dawson at Techim from Koforidua. Thank you for contributing on the other issues that we talked about earlier before we went to this. Good morning, Channel 1 TV, and thank you so much for an awesome breakfast this early morning. May I please know how the ECG is being controlled in the country? Is this owned by foreigners too? Are foreigners the one funding this, please? I'm just a concerned citizen. I don't think our own leaders will make citizens cry like this. From Cape Coast, his name is Jukwa. Channel 1 TV, thank you for trying to address this issue. In fact, you're the first TV station that I heard trying to address the important issue of unreasonable hikes when it comes to the ECG tariffs. Please continue to champion this cause until something positive is done about it. This is Yao from Spintex. Yao, keep watching Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. And good morning, Michael from Kwehu Abetifi. These things are very true. Last year, October, our bill was brought and it was 3,000 and something Ghana cedis. But you know what? Just this month, February, a bill was brought to us and it was 9,700 and something Ghana cedis. I think this bill is for about 2 years. things we used: TV, iron, fridge, microwave, and that's all. I told my sister to go to ECG, and she went there, and they told her that the meter was for an MP or something like that. So if they know that, so why didn't they change it before bringing the bills to us?
Wow.
Wow, that's deep.
Wow. There are a lot more messages. This one, you've read the Kufuria one, I guess. Another one too from Tantra Hill in Accra says that, hi, I believe it's a wiring issue because we spend 100 Ghana cedis for 5 days. We have 2 deep freezers and tabletop fridge. We use a washing machine, and the compound is quite big, so we need a lot of light around. So there might be a problem with her wiring. Well, you are referring to the lady who raised this particular issue. Good morning, Channel 1 TV. This is Thomas from Bolga. I buy electricity at 600 Ghana cedis for 3 weeks. I have just 1 fridge, 1 TV set, and 5 bulbs. And school days, we all go to school and come back in the evening, except 2 people. This one also says that, good morning, we are experiencing same problem at New Ningo with new meters. Living in a single room and buys 120 Ghana cedis a week. 1 brand new fridge. You need to really highlight the brand new, because if it's second hand, it will really be pulling more, so to say. 1 fan and 1 TV and 2 bulbs.
Right,
okay.
And then we have a last one here. I've had similar issues like the lady. I bought 60 Ghana cedis and was given 7 units, which couldn't even replace the reserve units. Their services charge arrangement needs to be looked at. It's really not easy for us Ghanaians.
Wow. Interesting comments.
Wow.
Thank you so much for your calls. Thank you so much for
your messages.
The messages. You've really given us another community this morning.
And thank you so much for diverting our conversation this morning.
From trends into this, it's been amazing. And we are very much sure that the Electricity Company of Ghana should be paying attention to these things, because it looks like consumers want to do the right thing by coming to your outfit to report. But if we keep reporting and we are not getting the results that is needed, your guess is good as mine. So you would want to take the bull by its horn and get the issues resolved. If you are overwhelmed, speak about it. If individuals are also doing certain things that is actually having a toll on their meters, and that is what is creating this chaos, speak about it. If you come to your outfit and you let us go through without any solution to the problem. Myself, I've been to ECG before to report something. You would have to go from one place, go to this office, go and see this person,
go to C36, go to C20.
You understand? It's frustrating.
Wait here. Somebody will come and meet you.
Yes.
Then you go to the office, somebody's sitting with someone in the office, and you have to wait, and the person has...
It's very frustrating. And we have work. We have works. We have work to do. We really have work to do. So we can't come and spend 5, 6, 7 hours in your outfit. Mind you, you've moved from taking money to cashless. What happens to, you say you want to do something digital? Agreed. So you should find ways and means and get these issues resolved. If there is a way that it cannot be resolved, tell the customer it cannot be resolved. Go do the rewiring, or go let someone check it. If the meters have to be changed, the meters would have to be changed. You don't have to let the meters be like cooking or hot cake, and they are in there. People are not able to get the meters. People are having challenges and all that. Sit down, get the issues resolved, because as citizens we want the power or the light on, so we will pay. Now someone is encouraging that he wishes that people would get money and move to solar. Solar is expensive. It's like you having a private car, and people are also depending on public transport. It's not everyone that can buy a private vehicle, you understand? So this is the mandate that you've been given as the power behind the electricity, or the power behind the lights we are seeing. So Electricity Company of Ghana, you are enjoying the monopoly, so you should be able to get issues fixed for us. because some of the comments we've received here, it just started as a trend, and shortly after we started getting comments. So it tells you that a lot of people are really going through it. So it has to be dealt with. But we will try how best we can to bring the Electricity Company of Ghana officials in studio, hopefully on Friday.
Yeah.
Hopefully on Friday on our segment.
Yeah.
So please.
So you have to stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All your questions. You're ready to get all these questions answered.
Right.
If the Electricity Company official comes here,
right,
they should be able to answer the questions. And you as a citizen too, if you are doing the wiring, you should be able to get a very qualified,
people,
not a quack one.
Right.
You understand? And you should be able to learn about how to also manage your appliances. The fact that the lights must be on doesn't mean that you keep your AC on. You keep you be doing what people call it, air fryer. That's air fryer thing. You are using electric stove. You are using this. You are using that.
When I heard like people use electric stove in this Ghana with this ECG, I'm like, wow.
You are using electric stove. You know, you think it's a bullshit. You are using electric stove here. The power cell we don't even have enough, and you are using electric stove. What happened to charcoal? What happened to?
What happened to normal gas?
Gas. Now we are moving away from that, so we are doing gas. So you should also try and manage your consumption. Yes, manage it. If the bulbs are not in use, put them off. If there is nobody in the hall to watch the television, put it off. If there is nobody around, so your television will be on 247.
The ambience.
If nobody is using the air condition, put it off, because that energy must be conserved for somebody else to use it.
Or else you get to pay a lot.
Or else you get to pay a lot.
But anyway, it's been a great conversation. Yes. I really love this conversation. But we're going to go on a break. But before we go on that break, I'd like to remind you that the Kotoka International Airport has been changed to Accra International Airport, and it's official now. So there's no more Kia. It's now AIA. So if you want to go to the airport, Accra International Airport, please, let's go on a break. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go! Lights, camera, action. Put your mind to it, live the life that you
It's on SuperSport all season long. Pay your subscription today. Dial *759#. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
The Ghana Exim Bank is 10 years old. Hooray! And to commemorate this milestone, the Ghana Exim Bank is hosting a 2-day international conference on the theme, A Decade of Enabling Export Trade and Industrial Transformation, Resetting Gexim for the Next Frontier. The event takes place on the 25th to 26th of March at the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, 8 a.m. each day. President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will perform the official opening of the conference. Special guest and speaker, Honorable Elizabeth Ofuswe-Jari, Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. Conference host is Honorable Sylvester Adina Mensah, Chief Executive of the Ghana Exim Bank. For inquiries, call 0208-541-480 or visit eximbankghana.com/conference to register. Media partners, Daily Graphic, Media General, The Multimedia Group, City FM, Radio Gold and Channel 1 TV. And knowledge partners include IFC and SME Finance Forum. nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and quest for accountability, host Marisanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Marisanda Amadou. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome. I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong. Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has 3 legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Marisanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
Bestie, meet my lovely family.
I mean, we can do that whilst I'm seated and eating. Let me put on the food before we eat.
He will be here for days, and I only find out at a family dinner on the day that he arrives.
Morning, family.
Everything in my kitchen is actually gone.
You know, in the UK, I work like a donkey, but here, I eat like a monkey.
My noodles just vanished like a spirit had branch.
He finished my slightly burnt oil rice.
Half a crate of eggs cannot just poof, disappear.
Good morning, all.
Lesa, have you by any chance gone to the kitchen?
Madam, unless the kitchen wants to be my sleeper, you are there in the kitchen.
If I die, won't you serve food at my funeral?
Daddy! Oh! Heaven save us! Now what's
Bestie.
Away! Dad, I'm sure he's gone.
Good morning!
I thought you were gone.
The Blankson family is here. The vibe is too much.
Feel the energy and reconnect with your roots this March at the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2026. Join us for a celebration of Ghanaian culture and cuisine from all across the country. Northern, Akan, and Southern villages will all be represented. It's more than just food. It's about culture, family, and memories that last a lifetime. Let's come together this March to discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 28th and 29th of March 2026. Venue is the 8 for Sutherland Children's Park. The time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day. Interested vendors can register by calling 0205-973-973. The Back to Your Village Food Festival is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 City FM.
Keep on making me seduction, make God it fall down flat. Right now I'm tired of trying. Some things are just not worth fighting for. Let's take it back where we started, 'cause these things you do got me wildin'. The Hennessy got me low, low, low. They do me things where I know, no, no. Like say I go low, low, low. You done make I done lose my. And yes, I made Jimmy, but goddamn, boy, you didn't match my vibe. Say when you want me nothing, no be to lie, walai. Say when you mention my emerald, when you need me pen. Keep on they give me seduction, make out the fall down flat. And yes, I met Jimmy, but goddamn, boy, you didn't match my vibe. So when you want me, nothing, don't be to lie, walai. Say when you mention my emre, when you me pair. Keep on they give me seduction, 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 seduction. Say boy, when you know this in my world, know they be and my heart beat colder than ice. You know say this one I love you, they be they sweet past sugar and spice. Me hunya me nyempo, this your love it enter my eyes, my eyes. I say we will be alright, and I'll be there for you. Anytime you need me, I'll be there. Anytime you need me, call on me, yeah. And I'll be there for you. Anytime you need me, I'll be there. Anytime you need me, call on me, yeah. Oh baby, want me door, want me child, baby, me come da. Me dem a come mama, won't baby, oh won't baby. Oh baby, want me door, want me child, baby, me come da. Me dem a come mama, won't baby, oh won't baby. When they am my odo so, odo konia odo mo. Missing my come you are. See me finja grow a day. See me giving me feelings inside, so strong that I can't deny. Now you make my heart skip a beat. When you miss me, baby, call on me, and I'll be there for you. Anytime you need me, I'll be there. Anytime you need me, call on me, yeah. And I'll be there for you. Anytime you need me, I'll be there. Anytime you need me, call on me, yeah. Oh baby, want me da, want me child, baby, make me da. Me dem a come mama, won't go baby, oh won't go baby. Oh baby, want me da. Them say make I no give you my mind, and all the things where you tell me, son, I'm not lie. Oh, 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 but before I go leave you, not fight. For if you know that my body and me say I die. Oh, now you are no fit to forget. You didn't make my head either rotate. Got my eye on you, no debate. Long as I got you on it, I'm straight. This loving was worth the wait. Them no fit to compete, oh.
Right, and that was a very beautiful one by Vienna, and she's serenading us through this break. But right now we are about to have a conversation, and when this lady walks into the studio, you know there's an event in the corner or an update when it comes to an event. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Frema Edunyame, who's the head of events and partnership, Channel 1 TV and City 97.3 FM, right here with us. Hi, Frips.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Phil.
Hi.
You come bearing good news.
Yeah.
Always.
But before we get into that, we were having a conversation on ECG tariffs, and a lot of people sent messages, and a lot of people were calling. Now we could even control the phone lines. But now the question is, have you noticed that your tariffs have gone higher?
ECG?
ECG?
You have a lot for them.
And apart from the meter reading so fast, I don't know why all of a sudden it looks like intermittent lights off, as and when the lights go off according to people's moods, no structure, no formula, no nothing, in the middle of nowhere, light off, then it comes, then it's Charlie. I mean, if Dumsor is back, let's just have a schedule.
Well, yesterday they had a conversation on Eyewitness News with the I think the spokesperson of the Energy Ministry. He says that there is no Dumsor.
There's no Dumsor.
I should think it may be a technical problem which has to be dealt with.
So they should just let us know.
Announce to us.
I'm sure there are statements around
but
that's not,
is it the case that even when it's a technical fault, we can't be given a schedule?
Well, ECG, you have a lot of things to answer.
It might not be Dumsor, but if, let's say, for the next 1 week, there's going to be maintenance, there's going to be repair work, there's going to be this, at least inform us, put a schedule together. People should just work. That's all. You understand?
Message should go down well. Do announcements everywhere.
Something. Don't just take it for granted. We need to plan our lives. You understand? So, I mean,
let's not spoil.
Anyway,
she came here to tell us something.
All right,
let's get into it. Let's dig in.
We are getting into March, and of course, March is our Heritage Month, and that means we have different activities. Like we've talked about the caravan already. But right now we're getting into the Back to Your Village Food Festival. That's Philip's best festival.
Of course.
Isn't it your best festival?
Well, it's mine too. It's mine too.
So it is our, best festival because it takes us back to our villages.
Absolutely.
Tasting all the delicacies that we missed during childhood. And, some people have even forgotten.
Yeah.
So how is that coming up, and how excited are you about this year's on?
Well, I'm anything and everything excited about it. When we speak of our heritage, it means so much to us because as a nation, there are certain things that we have learned as we develop, as civilization comes in. There are other things that you pick from other people, but when it comes to our heritage, these are things that have been passed on from generations to generations, and we hold these things very dear, like heirlooms and stuff like that. So these things well define who we are as a people. So we're talking our culture, our tradition. We are what we eat, and that's why I'm super excited when we have to talk about indigenous meals, because when you go to Volta region, for instance, I do not want to go to Volta region and they serve me MPC. I do not want to go to Bolga and they're giving me fried rice and no. If I'm in Bolga, let me enjoy TZ, correct one, you understand? Let's define and put proper demarcations, when we're talking about Bolga TZ and Accra TZ. Let's also get it when we are talking about Komi Kekena in Accra as against Kinky and all its accessories from Kumasi. You get where I'm coming from? And that is why it's important that from time to time we remind ourselves with what the original looks like.
I like that. What the original looks like.
Sometimes you are eating everything and calling it something. You understand? But if you go to your grandmother's kitchen, your grandmother will let you know that I don't know what you are cooking. You probably think you are cooking light soup. You probably think you are cooking granite soup, but it is granite soup in your books. This is not granite soup that we are used to. So how do our grandmothers do it back at home? And that is exactly what we are doing. But because we know, the road to Manson Kwanta is very, very bad. You understand? The road to my hometown. So we are bringing Manson Kwanta to Accra. We are bringing Bimbela to Accra. We are bringing Peki to Accra, and we are bringing the original Accra back to Accra. You understand? Some people think that Accra is Lugonu. Accra is not cantonment. No, you have no clue where Accra is. If you think that we are talking about Labone, we are talking about Osu, no. Let's go inside. You understand? The places where you buy the kinky and you go and buy the fish from another house and you go and collect the pepper from another house. So by the time you are finished, you are done touring the whole of Accra. You understand? That is what we are talking about. So we are bringing these all together, under one umbrella in one space to say that when we talk of Ghana, when we talk of our heritage, where our food is concerned, this is what we are talking about. So we are presenting everything to you, wide variety of all the meals, you know, if I mean majority of the dishes you would encounter when you visit any part of the country,
right?
You know,
right.
and the beautiful thing about the Back to Your Village Food Festival is the fact that we are cooking the meals there.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be cooked and brought there.
No. You know how you know how you go to the village, and I ask myself, but why can't they cook for the entire week and keep it? You know, if we want to eat fufu, it means every day we will eat fufu. I remember my grandmother would always let us pound fufu at home, and she would eat just like a fist. You understand? And I was always so upset because I'm the eldest one, and I'll be the one to pound. And I'm like, must you do this every day? And can't you people prepare the soup and store some? Why do we have to go through the entire process every day? That is the beauty of our meals. So coming together, you know, as a family to prepare the meals, to sit down and eat, brings that kind of communal spirit. So we are all doing it together. We are having conversations. We, you know, we are getting to know each other well. We are networking. This is the bond that we are creating. You know, and apart from the food, we also have the cultural performances because party the you understand asakakra, you know, and kwai kakra, you know, fetridechi kakra. Yeah, I mean, you know, kakra with exclamation mark, you know, so you don't stretch it. So that's what we're talking about. So we have cultural troops coming in with the various traditional dances and all. I mean, just put ourselves in the mood to say that we are always talking about Ghana. We are always talking about economy. We are always talking about the politics. But in March, can we look at our heritage in terms of our culture, our tradition, what really defines us, connect to our roots.
Beautiful. And this time around, we have a bigger space.
You know, in previous
these days, is everything big for us.
Scaling up, you know, I just love that that word. We're scaling up, you know. So I mean, there were complaints, you know, about the space. It was initially at AMA, and AMA has really served us well, but we've outgrown the space. So I mean, you had people, you know, climbing on each other and trying to get food and all that, but we need to sit, you know. Breathe. I mean, there are certain meals that when you are eating, you need space. You understand? Because it comes with acrobatic displays. You get it? You are eating fetri, the hand that you have to even use to cut that, the okra. If somebody is too close to you, you feel slap out. You understand? So we need space. We need space.
Give me space.
Give me space. When you're taking soup, you have to turn your head, you know. So all that posture and all that, you require space, you know. And when we are pounding the fufu, you know, sometimes they hit the mortar with the pestle and they can go back like 2 steps and come back and hold the thing. Fufu pounding is an art, you understand? You have to understand the act, you know, of pounding fufu and preparing the meals. So this is why the preparation is also part of the, look at the way somebody is doing I mean, driving banku, you understand? It goes to some rhythm. What I say. So now we have moved from AMA. We are the children's park. We have enough space for vendors, you know, to set up. We have enough space for patrons to come in and enjoy the meal. So now we have no constraint when it comes to space.
It can even be a very good place for you to bring your kids to move away from the fried rice and jollof rice and to have a feel of the local food and all that. But with vendors, how's it going? They are supposed to do the registration,
you know, and they are registering, and when they call, we ask them, you know, if you don't have your FDA certification, you can't be part of this Back to Village Food Festival, you know. But a good thing is most of the people who call, they already know the deal, and they don't want to be exempted with all kinds of excuses or reasons that you don't go work on your FDA, do that. And so people who are coming in have their FDA sorted. So it's like they're just ready, you know, waiting for the 28th, 29th to come. So we just go have our food festival. So they are very, very ready. In fact, even before we put the communication out there, people were calling when it's Back to Village Food Festival. Can I pay now? Yes,
I've actually witnessed
people were calling. So
while we were trying to, you know, while they were trying to actually work on the caravan, people were actually calling.
For the festival.
Oh yes.
I want to register.
People have called. People have paid, and so they are just getting ready. And
hold on. People have called. People have paid. Do we have more slots for other vendors? Because it looks like it's running out fast.
For that, you know, it is running out fast, because you know how much people pay for food festival is a giveaway, so people
Yes,
really
it's
take
actually a
advantage
giveaway,
of
yeah.
that and do it. When you give us a call, we just ask a few questions what you would need, and we also believe in serving our vendors very well, by extension serving our patrons, because we are doing this together. So it's important for us to know what you are bringing, how well you are getting prepared. If you need any form of assistance, we are here to ensure all that is done. So yes, they are calling, they are paying. So for those of you who believe in last minute, I don't know the kind of Bible you are reading, or this will be your problem very soon. So do the needful. Give us a call, 0205-973-973, and don't be disappointed. Chris will always say, if you snooze, you're losing. Definitely.
It will take you like rapture.
Like film.
Yeah. And you asked about the children.
Yeah, the children.
So this is not you have to. In fact, you are bringing the children.
Come along with them.
Because I mentioned earlier that we are talking about our heritage. And it is we passing on our culture, our tradition to our people. And this is how you do it. All right? You bring the children around, let them develop the Ghanaian taste. Let them have the taste, the craving for Ghanaian meals. And this is how you start with them. I remember the first time my second son ate soakings. All the time when I was eating gari, he was like, why are you eating this? And I told him that, taste it before you ask these kind of questions, you understand? So he tasted it and said, it's nice. So now he really likes soakings.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. And this is how, we don't have to be in a hurry for everything. Sometimes we feel the fast meals and fast foods, quick stuff, that exactly, because we can just drive through certain places and get them meals and all that. So you just give yourself an hour or two to prepare food at home. You just want something that you can get in 10 minutes. You understand? We are investing in ourselves.
We are.
All right. So don't worry, keep feeding them with 5 minutes and 10 minutes prepared meals. You understand? That is how they will see you in future. But we are investing in our children. Let them learn who we are as a people. Stay at home, prepare meals on weekends. Let your children see that mommy is cooking, daddy is around, family time, let's bond. You can't do all that because, quite honestly, it's not because of a plate of apapansa I want to give my son. That is why I'm going to for 3 days and I'm preparing food. That is why you need to be at events like Back to Village Food Festival, because some of the meals, if you give us 3 years, grandpa, we won't prepare. The process is too long, you understand? But we have platforms like the Back to Village Food Festival for us to now also introduce our children to what we are eating.
Wow, interesting.
I love it.
And I'm sure.
What's your favorite food then?
Previously, it used to be cassava and
apalanche
and garden stew.
No, apalanche. The cooked the slim ones, right? The white slim ones.
My mom could do it very well.
Oh, okay.
Very well, and I like it the next day.
Oh, bruh. It settles.
That wasn't the rice, but because of work and other things. So
yeah, we can see your power. As a cassava day inside.
Oh, cassava day inside.
I tell you.
When I was in Swedish Club of Business, we used to do the apalanche.
It's your people who are fighting.
My people. That's why I want the government. I want them disciplined.
Charlie, yes, and your shirt is like the
uniform.
Obrachre. Yes. So Obrachre, Kwasteg. We have Swesco.
Yeah.
We have in Saban, we have other schools. They all come to Swesbu for the intercore. It was nice and all that.
But what happened?
Then, I don't know, my people. We will go to the entrance to go and buy the apalanche and Kobe.
Yeah.
So it's the roasted or fried cassava with pepper.
Yeah.
And if you take that, we used to buy like 50 pesos or 20 pesos with the Kobe. If you take that, the rest is urgency.
I'm used to yam, roasted yam and Kobe. No,
I like apapansa.
Yeah. So
you like complicated things in life.
No, because I don't know how to make it. So if you make it, I will eat.
I like the grandfather crab,
the apapansa and the dawa rice.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's a different taste. Yeah, so I like that so much.
I like everything with Kobe.
Oh, you don't like Kobe?
I like everything. With
Kobe.
As long as Kobe is in it, it's my favorite
food.
It's left with Kobe sandwich that I'm done.
and Kobe pie.
Yeah,
Anyway.
salad, Kobe cake.
Anyway, so it's been an interesting one, Phil. Thank you so much for
Thank you very much, Phil. Thank you, Chris.
She's the head of partnerships and events here at Channel One TV and City 97.3 FM. It's been an interesting conversation today. It's been an interesting show. I am Philip Nilate.
My name is Chris Carter, and Nanatu Fobuatin started with us. So see you tomorrow on a new episode of Breakfast Daily. Keep watching Channel One TV.
Feel the energy and reconnect with your roots this March at the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2026. Join us for a celebration of Ghanaian culture and cuisine from all across the country. Northern, Akan, and Southern villages will all be represented. It's more than just food. It's about culture, family, and memories that last a lifetime. Let's come together this March to discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 28th and 29th of March 2026. Venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. The time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day. Interested vendors can register by calling 0205-973-973. The Back to Your Village Food Festival is powered by Channel One TV with support from 97.3 City FM.
Full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face, with fearless clarity and quest for accountability.